What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. Just doing a little late night live stream while I'm working on some stuff really quick. No big deal. I don't know if I'll keep this up or not. Depends on how it goes. But anyway, yeah, really don't have not a lot to say. I just happen to be in front of my computer. I wanted to go live, see if anybody has any questions, anybody has any smoke. I know it's late at night, so it is what it is, but you know how it be. So if you all are up late at night, I know it's the weekday, it's Tuesday, starting to make yourself be felt by putting the chat. Yeah, what's up, Ezreal? Um, absolutely, man. So yeah, man. People are asking me about that link from Ramil, and Ramil. I mean, I don't blame him. He put it in his Patreon, so y'all gonna have to go on his Patreon if y'all want to see that. Technically, really, I should just go on black art shit. To be honest with you, it's probably what I should have did. But I mean, his shit be going late. I'll probably do this for about 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm going on art shit. So I'm just letting y'all know right now. Um, Let me see. Go ahead and get that set up right now. Let's see. I'm doing great. I mean, yeah, it's interesting you asked that. A lot of people are talking like, you have this thing when it comes to mental health, and let's keep it real. Nobody goes through more than black men in America. As far as like people in America, nobody goes through more than black men, like straight up. But real talk, honestly, I've always been into not so much into meditation, but I've bought products like there's a product called Centerpoint Institute, which I would highly recommend. Let me see if I can pull that up. Center Point Institute medit- meditation. I highly would recommend you all check out. In fact, let me. I always try to make this stuff valuable, at least as valuable as it can be. Uh, that I highly recommend you all check out. So basically, what Centerpoint is so just to explain it. You hear you hear about people that like they've meditated for like years, like decades, and they're very able to go into deep frequencies like beta states in certain states when it comes to meditation, and do even certain body functions, like manipulate body functions they have, is how good they've got with it. What Centerpoint does, and I got this all the way back with I got the CDs, but now they got it on MP3, where it allows you to automatically go into those states. Like not those states of manipulate shit, but states to where you really feel the calm and the peace that comes along with deep meditation, as if you meditated for years. All you have to do is relax and then let the frequencies come in your brain. And when I tell you that you feel a difference the first time, I mean that. And if you use it over time, and I haven't been as good about it as I should be, but if you use it over a period of time, like years, 5 years, 10 years, it will literally help create certain wires in your brain. It's kind of like, think of it like a little bit of exercise for your brain. And for those of you all, if you all are dealing with deep stress, I can't tell you enough about this. I really can't. I'm trying to see, do they have an affiliate program? Damn, these motherfuckers never like people did. Like I would really promote never have an affiliate program. What you probably had to do is do a sponsorship deal if you get big enough. But this is something that, especially with people talking, this is something I would recommend. And their product is called HoloSync. It's not like terribly expensive. I've gotten their books and stuff. It's very good. Like, what the fuck is with this site? I haven't been in this site in a long time because I have their products. The Magical Wooded Path, embrace. Yeah, so this is the type of thing that if you've ever been interested in doing, I don't want to call it hypnotherapy, but stuff like that. Something that's like not weird. You're not pay a lot of money, but you want to do something that's like self help. This is something that no matter what situation you're in, even if you're not like stressed out, this is something that if I have kids, I'm giving this to my kids early. This type of stuff that can really enhance their cognitive functions very quickly, and it only takes for you to listen to it for like you do it 30 minutes a day or an hour a day, really just 30 minutes a day. You do it at the beginning of the day or something to unwind. You add it into your routine. Um, very appreciate that, nurse nerd. I can't say enough about this product. I'll probably link it, and that's another thing too. I need to do like a Edward recommends of some products and services and stuff like that. So there's that. Nerd. I'm still looking for what that that link with fucking the Dark Schism shit, Rashida Schrober. So give me a second on that. Oh, as soon as I take it down, that's when you guys put the website name. I'll put the website. I'll put the website in the It's called centerpoint.com. If you type in Centerpoint Institute, it'll come up. I'll put it in the Yeah, I was gonna go over there with Art, but it's starting to be too many people over there now. I don't know what they're talking about, but I know I always go over there and wreck shit over there. But yeah, man, I can't say enough about this stuff. Um so yeah, especially if you want to promote, like this is something little that definitely, and plus I think they have like free trials and stuff like that, so you can definitely get a CD or get an MP3. The thing, yeah, so it uses like stereo too, so you want to get to the thing where it's like not mono, but it's like going to both ears. It's really good. I cannot say enough about this, especially with I know black women too, but black people in general, but there's no reason not to use something like this. We can always use better stress management, and this is something that's just clearly plug and play. It's not something for you to listen to while you're at work. It's something that like you get into like a corner. I used to listen to it in the dark. Literally, what I would do um, is I would put on a face mask. You know those mask things you wear in when you go in an airport. And I gotta tell you, if you've never used those things work like a charm. I got one for just $10 at Amazon, one of those little face masks you put over your eyes, and they look retarded, but they work. I didn't use them in a plane. I actually used them because the house that I was in at the time, like the way I had my room set up, the window was right there, and I like it to be blacked out when I go to sleep. So this is a way for me to kind of deal with the little bit of light that's coming in, and you combine that with which that gives an effect on its own. With that, magic, magic. So you got that. Um, but yeah, I never, man. I gotta tell you, if something is stressing me out too much, I get away from it unless it's something I'm trying to get done. Um, no, I didn't check out Jabril's program presentation on Facebook ads. Yeah, there's some really good guys out there. You know, I always try to look for black men and black women as well, but I always try to look for black men first and then black women second. I tend to have a hard time finding black women on certain things. But I got a lot of dudes that quite frankly are really good dudes to follow on Instagram and come to business, a variety of really good things. But Jabril, you know, like Jabril, I keep like bugging him a little bit, like not too much, but he needs to do like a continuity program, and then like something like $10, $15 a Patreon or some shit. He can pay somebody to upload some shit and just keep take his lives, because he takes a lot of his lives down. Um but man, I have so much training. It's man, I have ClickFunnels. I have so much training. It doesn't fucking make sense. Mhm. Like you have no idea how much training I have. Um But Jabril does a good job explaining Facebook ads to people that don't know shit about Facebook ads. They know it's important. They know people are making money with it, but they don't really know. They don't know what they don't know. He actually does a good job presenting it, and everybody doesn't always. What's up, Vince? What's my opinion on digital nomads? I mean, you know, okay. So as far as what my opinion is, I would say this: people in general should aim to have as much control over their life as possible. Now, granted, you can't control everything, but you should try to aim to have as much control over your personal life, requires discipline. Also, when I say control, I say the ability to positively affect people that are in your immediate circle. Not so much control, but definitely a benefits consequences system. I've always been attracted to the idea of being a digital nomad. Me personally, I love the idea of being able to be anywhere I want to be on the planet. You know, I got to experience that when I was in the Philippines because I was working at a corporate job, so all my stuff was paid for. Um, yeah, I was in a really good situation. And I was there for like 7 months, and I got to really experience what that could be like. Um, And so it's something that everybody should aim for, whether you want to do that internationally, whether you want to just do that nationally. I mean, we see a lot of these social media folks, whether they're thoughts or influencers, whether they're men or women. I mean, take Jabril. I mean, it's a very charmed life. Um, but it's really not that hard to be a digital nomad. You just have to be in business models that pursue that. For anybody that says that needs a quick answer on what path they need to pursue to do that, I would probably say Google research ClickFunnels and getting it there free trial, and then that's gonna put you. Don't even do that. Do like expertsecrets.com secrets. Get the books. Russell Brunson gives those books away for free. You just pay $10 for the shipping. And then you get digital training with that. That'll put you in the right framework as far as what it takes and what you need to do to be to deal with that digital nomad life. But it's something you have to work up to. It's not something you just magically do. And no, I don't I am not a believer. I'm not saying that path doesn't work with certain people because people have skills and you have skills, you should leverage them. But I'm not a believer in the backpacking shit, the slumming travel shit, the especially for black people, the go overseas and teach English or do odd jobs. I am not a fan of that. That is not something for black people. No. You need to go over there. You need to have some money. You need to be business minded. You need to be kind of an elite standard. Otherwise, there's no point leaving. And my point, you might as well just travel around the United States or kind of make it a point to go from the West Coast to the East Coast. I don't believe in just going overseas, but you're in a very vulnerable situation and you need options. And I'm telling you this from experience. Even when I was going with my corporate job, they had a situation where our money couldn't be gotten to us, so I had to. This is actually how I ended up really getting involved with Bitcoin. I use Bitcoin as a method of transferring money from America to where I was at because they want the terrorist laws and stuff. They want to make it hard to just send money to yourself via PayPal and Western Union. So yeah. But as far as that, I would say if you're going to do that from a business standpoint. Affiliate marketing is going to be the easiest way. The digital ad agency thing is still good and it can be great if you want to invest in that. But more likely, you'll go through affiliate marketing first because you got to learn how to do it for yourself before you can do it for other people. Because people are not going to really. And if you can do it for other people, then the skills involved with that, you'll be able to do it for yourself. Irie says, "Am I going to travel after a pandemic?" Sure. My passport's actually up in 2023. I mean, yeah, but I'm not in a hurry to travel. I'm really not. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to travel. Appreciate that, Jr. What's up, Will Bynum? Yeah, some dudes are traveling now. I'm not in a hurry to do that. Um, JR, what's the plan for your channel? Just casual pop up, or do you plan to make a huge push to develop it? I will. I think I will. I mean, I'll develop it as far as the quality of content. Because here's the thing, this is interesting, and I've been talking about that for a minute and kind of procrastinating on it. And I need to really get focused. Like, this is the second quarter, and by the time I'm like 35, which will be in 7 months, and the end of this year, I definitely want this channel like beyond already, looking like something. Here's the thing. So the way my channel is set up like a vlog, and because my channel is very raw, I need to kind of reorganize it kind of in a way that's a little bit more polished, more uploads, more of a polished look, to kind of set it up to where people can kind of it's people stick more to the channel when they come across it. And that's when I'll definitely do pushes like more interviews, bringing people on. But it's kind of like, okay, people come over with a good show and then they see some of the other stuff and they see a lot of my rants, and a lot of you all that's been here, you all understand context of that, but that turns a lot of people off, that if they don't know me, they don't know how I get down, they don't know my mentality is. It just seems like, especially a lot of my rants are commenting on inside baseball, manosphere stuff, and everybody's not versed on the manosphere like that. So that's not really the most attractive thing for brand new people. They are not really manosphere related. Maury says, what's my prediction? Maury Mo returns. What's my prediction for single motherhood in the black community? Do you see it going up or down? Um, Actually, the single motherhood rate has actually been trending down a little bit, but probably what it's going to end up being is 80-20. It's going to be probably like, or 75-25. It'll be 75% you're born out of wedlock. And a big part of that is because of, the fourth industrial complex. Shout out Black Brain Trust for really pushing that. The fourth industrial complex. Also, as the older generations, like the silent generation and the boomers, die out, your marriage is going to drop because they're the last ones that really, believed in marriage, like as a aggregate group. So you'll see it go down. So that 33% you will see drop. And you will see drop. So it'll probably average out to 25-75. Yeah, that's what it'll average out to be. And then you got to understand, there's a lot of people in non-cohabitated relationships. Like, take grown man business. Does grown man business count as a marriage? Like, when you look at the statistics, because technically he doesn't have a marriage. I think he doesn't have a marriage. Now, he said go to state. I don't know if you have a marriage license. I don't know how that works, but you have a lot of that going on too. And a lot of dudes that want to be in relationships, long-term relationships for their kids, marriage is not a requirement of doing that. It's just you having a deal with the woman and you cohabitating. I mean, there's plenty of dudes that do that. I'm not going to try to put their business out there, but there's YouTubers that that do that, and they've said that they do that. They just don't talk about their relationship all the time. But they might as well. They basically are doing a common law marriage thing. Common law marriage. Common law marriages don't count as marriages, though, from the statistical standpoint. Then you got like the on and off again bullshit. So yeah, it's gonna balance out. It's about at like 67. Like, it's about like at 66, 65, and it'll probably pop back up to like 75 as things even out more. Ray Alexander says, greetings, Edward Anderson. Are you going to check out Artificial Intelligence Academy Tech Apprenticeship Program at the NCSU? It's free and funded by US. But no, I mean, I could go up. I mean, I'm a marketer. I'm a sales guy. And I am technical, but I'm not a coder. So, I could go down there for like social media on the ground, but I'm not. But there's plenty of things that are going on at NC State University. We definitely do a lot of groundwork when it comes to technology. Brother Ray says, which network marketing courses are the best? Okay, first, I will tell you this. I am definitely an advocate for network marketing, but I am more of an at the I'm really a hybrid. But you're asking me which ones I recommend. What I recommend people, whether they're black or what, getting involved. I don't recommend they get involved in network marketing first. I recommend they get involved in internet marketing and specifically affiliate marketing. So you told me which courses do I recommend. So what I recommend is something called um, the 15-day challenge. There's two things I recommend. There's three things I recommend. One is very inexpensive, and by the way, nothing I'm saying right now has any links. You're gonna find it on your own. I don't get paid for shit. So even though I could get my links and get folks in here, none of this is going through me. So I'm getting paid for none of this. So this is free information. So you can, it's not to say that I'm gonna be biased anyway, but you don't even have to think about that. I'm actually gonna give you a recommendation. 10-day challenge. I'm actually going to show you a couple of things right now. We're gonna make this work today. We're gonna make this valuable today. This is gonna be kind of like when Ramil does those businesses things. Whew. All right. Share screen. All right. Okay. So good. Okay. So yeah, I can't see. Let me do this. I can't really see the screen. Okay. So fine. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Because I want to see you all while I'm doing this. So this is Legendary Marketer, and technically, I really shouldn't even be telling y'all this unless I'm gonna get paid off of it. So this is what's called a 15-day challenge. You put in your name, email, and it walks you through like a 15-day online business builder challenge. Okay. Now, what this does is this does a good job at explaining to you like what affiliate marketing is. It's the dude was running $150 million company at 27 years old. David Sharp, very good people, very. I've known these people. I've known these people. Some of these people for over a decade. So when I tell you they're good at what they do, they're good at what they do. Um, why is this being stupid? Okay. YouTube, YouTube. Crap. Okay. 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 Give me 1 second. Because a couple of things I'm doing right now. Okay. Here. All right. Great. Great. So I can still see it. What I'm doing is I got another browser so I can still see what I do while I'm talking to y'all. Yeah, I'm doing some. Okay, so this is what this is. So typically, I mean, I'm just gonna give y'all the game a little bit. Typically, this is actually something I can use to generate leads because I'm an affiliate of these people. And straight up, they don't just allow you to be an affiliate. You have to actually go through a process, and they tell a lot of people no. I was like, damn. But anyway, you go through this challenge. If you don't know anything about affiliate marketing, now this challenge does cost you. It's 15. It's like $15. I think you get it for like seven. It's $7. You can get it for like $3. Um, so there's that. Now I can actually give you free YouTube stuff, but if y'all actually want a professional thing, it's actually $7. Hold on, high ticket sales on join 15-day challenge if you want more sales. Okay, well it looks like you might be able to join it for free actually. So you put in your name, email here, it goes through 15 days. And when I say 15 days, like you can't push yourself. You can go to like the first 5 and then it'll block you. At that point, you have to talk to like an advisor. An advisor is somebody that's hired, they're reversing information. They are not a sales coach. Like, yes, they do facilitate you doing sales of higher ticket items with them, but they are there to actually help you understand what you're getting. It talks about Rich Dad Poor Dad, very good stuff. Um, I'm trying to see going on their YouTube. If you wanted to kind of get some free information, you don't even want to put in your affiliate link because y'all are just stupid like that. Then just type in David Sharp and go to this white guy, and this is their thing where they do like trainings in the morning, Monday through Friday. These trainings are very good. I could sell this stuff to people, and it gives you a feel of people that's gone through their program and different aspects of it. I know this guy on TikTok. Remember what I told y'all about TikTok? Dude, 176, black dude. This is actually one of the dudes I went through, and he is doing this on TikTok. A lot of the affiliate marketing stuff. He's talking to very basic people. So that's the first one I recommend. That's the first one I recommend. The second one I recommend is oh my bad. Anyway, I like exit out of it. Like I said, traffic secrets and that stuff will put you in a funnel to what y'all need to know. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and I'll start bringing more of that into this. But I'm definitely because I mean, honestly, I think that's the pathway for a lot of brothers. If you're going to invest in something and put some information into it, that's going to be the path to really give you all some options. But no, I recommend affiliate marketing. The thing, and here's the thing: I use network marketing tactics with some of the companies that I deal with, but a lot of the companies I deal with, the things that I deal with, the programs I deal with, they're designed to do a couple of things. They're designed to be as inexpensive as possible, so people start off at low risk, In fact, I have things that there's things that people can do for less than $100. When I say $100, I mean you get involved. I mean you get your first set of leads that you need to work with, what you need to work with, and your tools, all for under $100. And then they're designed to put money in your pocket as fast as possible. Sound mind affiliate marketing, I can vouch. Just watch out for the get rich quick scheme. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing when people say get rich quick schemes. Here's the reality. There is there is not a lot of true scams out there, because the internet marketing industry and the network marketing industry and the home business, that stuff is regulated like a motherfucker. You all have no idea how much that's regulated. And you notice how now when you look at Instagram, you see people talk about paid sponsorship, and it's not just like celebrities, it's almost everybody now. That's because a lot of your Instagram thoughts use Fashion Nova, and that's like a clothing site, and they basically are affiliates of that. Technically, a lot of your Instagram thoughts are affiliate marketers. A lot of Instagram chicks, they do network marketing. I can prove it. I'll show you. Like I'll show you Kendra D is involved with that it's works company. But my point is it's regulated. So anything that doesn't smell right, they're coming for it. It's to the point now where I have to put like disclosures in all my emails. That's why I'm not putting up links right now. That's one reason, because I don't feel like doing the disclosure bullshit. Like they are on our ass, and as they should be, you know. So appreciate that, Roger. I appreciate that. Said support. Edward gives out great information. He deserves it. So when people say scams, here's the truth. Black people, not black people, people like scams. And that sounds crazy, right? But I've had people tell me they have to do their research. And by the way, do their research is a diplomatic way of people saying no. So, it's fine. But I've had people tell me they have to do their research. I'm talking people I've worked with, and then they come back to me with one of those flipboard scams, those flip wheel scams. Um, like that stuff is all over Telegram, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now what I'm talking about, and then I'll open it up for some of y'all to come on, because it is 126. I ain't trying to do like no three and no crazy shit like that. Like this shit. And I got involved with this just as an experiment to see how people was reacting to it. But there's a whole bunch of, like, I can tell you, I have chats full of Telegram people, full of Telegram people on Telegram that are doing these. Like, I just wanted to explore it just to see how many people were doing it. And it is so many people doing it, especially with the stimulus package. And this has been going on for like a couple of years now. It's not new. And people will say they got to do their research on something, but then jump on this. And and the reason why is, here's the thing: a lot of people, as much as people like to talk about game and talk about having socials, like being able to talk and communicate, when it comes to being able to communicate something as far as, selling or something like that, people don't want to do that. And I don't sell in the traditional way of what people think sales is, because most people, they just assume what they saw on TV is what sales is on Wolf of Wall Street shit. And that's why I wanted to point you all to ClickFunnels, because Russell Brunson does an incredible job really explaining what sales is. Myron Golden does a good job at doing that too. So you all recontextualize what it is. We're not selling things that people don't want. What you're doing is you're serving people, meaning you're finding what people want and you're providing that to them. And the problem is people get a product and then they try to sell it and not understand what people want, and then find something that reflects that. That's the issue. And then become very good at the communication, the education that's required of doing that. So what appeals to people with this Flipboard thing is all you got to do is put money in, you get money out, and people are very magical in how they think. And it's interesting. I'm not trying to beat up sisters, but a lot of black women tend to be administrators of this shit. And it was funny because there's people that's had to pay their money back and do crazy stuff, and it's like you knew this is what I mean. The math would have told you this wasn't going to work. Because they always say, "Oh, well, you don't have to recruit, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that." Bullshit. So when people say scams, yeah, you should be aware of anything. But here's the reality: if you look at different ways of making money, cryptocurrency, real estate, stocks. I mean, look at what happened, the stock manipulation with GameStop. Obviously, real estate, people lose their shirt all the time. And I'm not even just talking about an investment, just in like what contractors are doing a variety of different ways. Laws change, all that shit. You've got I mean, business is risky. And the thing about it is, what you have is people will associate certain things with scams because they have this emotional, like, opinion of it. Like, for instance, Pretty Kelly did that, where she said, "Oh, that's not a real business." Well, outside of the United States, network marketing and this stuff doesn't have the same kind of stigma. And you see how people have changed as COVID's come around and really fucked up people's jobs, and people are getting more used to doing remote. It used to be weird working from home. I work from home. My boss is like in another state, and I just you talk to him on Zoom. Like, that's a normal thing. And as the country normalizes that stuff, now people's opinions are starting to change because they're getting more intimate with their computers than they ever had doing a remote learning. So that creates an incredible opportunity. I need to get Kevin Samuels on my show, man. I got to step my show up to get Kevin Samuels on my show. I'd have to step it up. You say that like that's easy. Doing content is hard work. Um, Let me minimize this again. Doing content is JR right. Doing content is hard work. It is time consuming. Red's the bad guy could pop off if he actually had good titles for his video rather than generic titles. I'm not a big fan of Red's the bad guy. I think he starts a lot of shit unnecessarily. Um, he's like really the quintessential definition of a troll in a bad way, kind of like RBR. But yeah, doing content is not easy, but it's not the hardest thing in the world either. Like, let me show you all a this. I'm gonna show you all something really quick. Let me see if I can find it first. Like, if you all knew how many tools I fucking had, man. What is that shit? You'd be surprised. There's a lot of ways of making unique content if you actually put in the work. But a lot of it what it really comes down to. If you look at somebody like O'Shea, for example, O'Shea has kind of the same template for how he does his thumbnails. He has the same format as to how he does his show. There's a couple of variability here and there. He uses the same I actually found where he gets all his sounds from. It's a playlist. I don't want to be seen as copying it, but all of his sounds and stuff. I mean, you can get that shit on YouTube. It's all like compartmentalized together, and he does it like a really good way. I mean, obviously he has to because he has a lot of stuff to do. What's my thought on Uber Eats driver that got killed by two teens? Man, I don't really have a lot of thoughts. That shit's crazy. The Artificial Intelligence Academy has the following industry partners: IBM. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm aware of their partners. I'm aware of their partners. Like I said, everybody's not going to be in tech and coding and stuff like that. That's why I leave that stuff to like Mike V and Gabe A. I'm more of a sales guy, a marketing guy. Is Black Love? He said, is Black Love dead? And if not, should it be killed? In fact, murdered? No, Black Love shouldn't be murdered. The problem is not Black Love. The problem is there's no trust. In order for a man to love a woman, a man has to trust a woman. What most black men are doing is saying, fuck it, I'll trust her anyway, and then open themselves up to get burnt or put themselves in like voluntary chains, situations that they really don't have the control over like that. So you want to help Black Love, you fix Black trust. And that's what a lot of this conversation is built to do. He said Red is exceptional because Solid got some new beats from entire Black. No, and again, I mean, here's the thing. I don't have like a personal issue with Red's a bad guy, but the thing about it is, a lot of his content is exactly what a lot of people in the manosphere bitch about. Oh, it's all a bunch of nigga shit and all of that. Well, my thing is, then you have to deal with those people to do that. You said, what's my top three books? I'd say Think and Grow Rich. Um, if I had to just do it off the top of my head, Think and Grow Rich, the Rich Dad Poor Dad, and 48 Laws of Power, as far as what pops in my head. I would say Rich Dad Poor Dad first. Then I would say read Think and Grow Rich, then the 48 Laws of Power. But there's so many books, man. There's so many books. Your number of subscribers is exceptional. Consider the small number of videos you have released compared to your numbers versus your average. It is, but understand. But here's the truth, Jr. to Jr. I have like 1,000 videos. I've just removed a lot of my videos. That's why my view total count is a lot higher than what it is. I've reset my channel, and I do that because I have my reasons for doing that. But yeah, but I will tell you, I do get a really good viewership compared to my channel. And like I said, there's little things that I could do that could really pop my channel off. It's just, I always go back and forth. Do you have an email? I want to come up and ask you some questions. Here, Chaos Rain. If you want to answer, I'll put the link at the bottom. When are you going to start a channel singing around geekdom? I'll contribute to that, but that's not good. That's not my thing. I'd rather contribute to somebody else doing it and contribute in my own way because I have my opinions, but I'm not somebody that's going to hold geekdom talk on my own. Comic Book Cast is like the best model for what I would want to do. They're the best model for what you made a comment as soon as that 25-year-old chick said that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's good?
Chaos Ring.
It's been a while since I came up here. I remember last time you had this discussion when I was up here. That was like months ago, of 2020, about the affiliate marketing thing. I messed with it a little bit, but I never really made not one money off it, so I just abandoned it. And that was like a period of a year. It was something with some car, was it insurance or was it some tow shit? And I didn't see the purpose how people just click on the affiliate to get some
Okay,
kind
so
of.
that's just like any business. If people
Mm-hmm.
sell hamburgers and they can't make hamburgers, the problem's not the hamburger. The problem is, trouble. What a lot of people, anything in life, people do. People don't do troubleshooting. What they like to do is say something either works or doesn't work.
Yeah.
But affiliate marketing works. You sold car insurance. Or you said insurance. What type of
Well,
insurance?
it is somewhat.
Life insurance, car insurance.
It's not really. It's I don't know if I call it insurance, but it's something that you need to like. It's like AAA in a way. Like
Because
it's not like
insurance is like a whole different other animal. So okay, you're not talking about that. You talk about MCA.
it might be NCA because if I remember, it's like you for towing and some other things. It might be NCA. I didn't really get into the detail because this is like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, MCA. As far as can you make money with MCA? Sure, people are making money with MCA. But the thing about it is a program. Okay, so there is a free. There's a free. I'll link it in the description. There's a free thing that Russell Brunson just did, and in fact, this is actually what I was doing. Now I just decided to fucking I'm going through it right now for my people. I just decided to do it live because I want to be ADD as hell. But I was gonna do it both while I was working on some stuff. Where the fuck is this shit at?
Okay.
No, not the one funnel away. That's not in. I just okay. So here,
Okay. As Edward gets back in, because StreamYards is tripping, gonna be kicking people off. I don't know why it's doing that. Make sure I like the stream, share stream people. There we go. Go ahead. Okay. I'm here. On my other device. I'm not on the desktop or the laptop. So if you did
well,
share,
I'm talking about. Well, this is for everybody.
okay.
A Chrome tab. So this is a free thing. Like, can y'all see it? Shit, I'll bring it up. All right, this is a free thing. This is called a one pager. This is actually like a fairly new product that Russell Brunson's an investor in. Oh man, this is some shit right here. I'm about to work the fuck out of this because this allows me to put a lot of my freebies in a like compartmentalize. 'Cause I know a lot of people can say I'm all over the place on a lot of things, but this allowed me to focus. Anyway, what this is called the 5-day lead challenge. This is actually free. Now, technically, the one funnel away challenge is $100, and I get paid $100 off of that. That's not what this is. This is
Okay.
like kind of like a prerequisite to that, and this is free. Here's the thing: this is worth $50, $60. Like, actually, it's worth more than that. Especially for people that don't know or haven't made any money. What this is a 5-day challenge that goes through videos and homework assignments. So it's like one video is like 30, 45 minutes long. A homework assignment that looks kind of like this. This is called a one pager.
Okay.
And this has you do different things. You click on it, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, long story short, what this does is this teaches you not just how to create a lead funnel, but it teaches you the mindsets beyond stuff. So based on what you just said, you
Mm-hmm.
said you had this thing where I'm gonna assume it's MCA. That was like the biggest thing back then that was
Mm-hmm.
doing that type of thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
And it would help you understand what he talks about frameworks. So just off the top of my head, like with MCA was akin to AAA. So the way that I always looked at it is I had car problems a lot. So thing about AAA is you only get certain amount of uses with AAA. So AAA has very good premium usage, but what I noticed is some people had services like they wouldn't use their AAA. They may go into Craigslist and then they may get people local to do certain things. They wanted their AAA for when they really, really needed it. So that's where MCA kind of had its value. Now there's some company stuff with MCA, but whatever. MCA had been around a long time. That's another thing too. But
Yeah.
because really MCA was like the marketing arm of like American something, which is a much older company. But what it does is it teaches you how to understand what your target audience is, and then how to basically create things that move them from point A to point B as far as what they want versus what their ultimate result is. So it gets you in the right headspace in a very simplified way. This is kind of like if I wanted to teach somebody about finance, I would give them the Rich Dad or Poor Dad book because it's a very easy read and it gives them the basis of what they know to build on it.
Okay.
That's what this does. So if you were to go through this challenge, which is free, you would probably have a lot more context as far as, okay, this is what I did wrong. This, I understand why certain things didn't work the way I may have thought it would. I'm assuming you actually put in effort, and you didn't just not do shit, and then say it just didn't work. Assume
Well,
that
okay.
because
Okay.
so like, how did you promote it?
Well, I used Facebook, but you see how I did it, because I wasn't really, like I said, experienced in this type of affiliate thing like that. I was like, you watch video and say it's simple, you just share it, and that's why I think that's how it go. But I didn't know it was much deeper than that. So after doing it for a year, some days I try to promote it, some days I get lazy. After I banned it because I didn't know what I was doing. So and mind you, I
No,
pay, I pay, I think I pay like was it $20 a month to keep that program
okay,
going.
so yeah, so that was probably
So,
MCA.
so, so,
So you
so
pay,
to be honest, it was not really a loss because I didn't
yeah,
put money in it. So,
absolutely, yeah. You paid 200 and $40 for a year. Let's say you was in the
hmm
year, which is, I mean, it's not, people are not going homeless over that shit. And then you have to also ask the fact that technically now you may not have used the product, but you
hmm
actually had that gave you certain services,
yeah,
that came with that product. So really, on top of, see what a lot of companies will do, and they have every right to do this because I look for them to do this because that's a healthy company, is they'll charge an affiliate fee. So it may be 20, but maybe the affiliate fee is 20. That's
hmm
because that allows them to do what they need to do, pay people to do shit right. And
hmm
yeah, so even it was 40, but for them it was 20. And that's actually why MCA ended up changing up their model, which really killed their company, because people are kind of taking advantage of it and it just didn't work out.
okay,
They lasted as long as they could. They're still in business. They have a more traditional insurance model now. So if
I
you're
see.
yeah, that so they got out of that home business game because the way but that was a lot of their fault. But okay, so if you were to come to me, and let's say you came to me, and the way I would tell you is, I mean, look, I'll help you out, but I'm not necessarily, if you're promoting MCA, if you want to do something else, fine. But if you want to still promote MCA, I have one-time payment programs that
Okay.
gives you something to push, but it's one time, and then that's kind of like how you paying me for like a coaching service. Because
Okay.
my thing that I look at it as, and I'm just telling you for the audience, is I'm like, look, if I help you make some money, you'll be like, oh man, he put me on. So if I promote stuff to you, you're more likely to buy it at the higher tiers because you're going to see me as responsible for taking you from not making money to making money. That's my incentive of helping you. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
uh, so what I would have told you was when, first of all, we would have understood what is your target market when it comes to MCA. So with MCA, typically um, black people is who was in it, black people was promoting it. That's why they had that thing when you get out of jail, that kind of bailout thing. They had that because that's who they were promoting to. A lot of, black people tend to get cars that are more likely to be fucked up. Not saying other people don't, Hispanics too. I'm not like being racial or anything, but we tend, dudes are gonna get a car. You know the situations, and
Hmm.
so back then Instagram was relatively new. Facebook. So what I would have told you, there's a couple of ways to promote. Sharing shit doesn't work. The way that you promote is you build relationships with people. If you're going to do it via social media, there's two ways to do it if you're going to be serious. You
Hmm.
need to create content, and then you need to reach out to other people that are like minded. So what you want to do is you wanted to get good at finding, okay, who are the people in X industry? So for instance, who are the people that are like in the, if I'm looking for other distributors or other people that are promote the program, okay, who are people that are in that industry? So like the success industry, the home business industry that's interested in sales. You'd also maybe look at the car niches. So you would look at Instagram, like Facebook groups, Instagram profiles, anything that has a whole bunch of people that are kind of like the arbiter of these things. So people that talk about like cars, motivational, posts would have been really big at that time. So motivational channels. I would have told you to create a motivational Instagram page because that was
Hmm.
big back then. So you had to just do a whole bunch of quotes and stuff and do stuff that's like unique to you. They'll speak to your audience. And then as people come to you, you reach out to them, and then you reach out to other people on other people's profiles or like Instagram. So you look at who's follower, you look at the comment section, you reply to comments, and that way, if they click on your link, they see you have content, you have some agreement sharing, and then you walk them through like a process as far as qualifying them, getting to know them. And the key thing is you want to do this with a lot of different people, a lot of different comments per day, because that way, this is the free way of doing it. Now, this is the harder way. The easy way, I tell people buy leads, call leads. So that's the straight line. I say, look, here's a list of vendors. I have a list of like 10 vendors. And I tell people, here's you I can get you 25 cents of leads with people that what's called telephone interview leads. So people that actually were called by a person, they answered questions as far as how much money they have, how much money they're willing to spend, how much time. So the point is somebody called them. So you're the second person that call them. So it's not no cold calling where how the fuck I get this number? Oh, it ain't none of that bullshit. So I would have told you to have a script. Hello, my name is Alan. I'm calling you
Hmm.
from North Carolina. It's a great day. The reason why I'm reaching out to you is because you talked to somebody on my team about making some money from home. Is that correct?
Okay.
They're going
Okay.
to say yes or they're going to say no. If they say no, okay, have a nice day. If they say yes, all right, I'll either do two things. I'll either say, usually what I do is I just get cut to the chase and say, okay, great. So I have your email. It's blase, blase, blah. What I want to do is email you some information, which is going to be like a 10-minute video that says about what I do, what I'm about, what my company I represent is about, and how can we help you. And then I want to schedule a follow up to see if this is a good fit. Well, what is it? Well, I'm glad you asked. That's why I want to give you the video because it's a very systematic way of telling you what it is, because I'm not going to tell you what the fuck it is for you to tell me you're not interested. I'd rather you either, because if you're not interested, I want you to tell me you're not interested. I don't want you, I don't, and I tell people, if you're not interested, that's perfectly fine. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. So when is like I could call you between this and this, and my goal is to set up appointments, not to sell shit. Because on the appointments is when I tell them, what did you think about it? Do you see yourself doing it? Answer some questions they have.
Hmm.
That's so I tell people to call, but a lot of people in the industry don't like that. A lot of the affiliate people be like, "Why are you doing that?" You're doing that because calling people is a way of you having control over what you do. So you're not
Yeah.
creating content and hoping people find you. You're
Mhm.
active, and at the same time, what it allows you to do is once you generate money, because you will, if you do it consistently and do it enough, can't make any income disclosure claims, but it's a matter of you put in the effort.
Yeah.
Then the money that you make, you use that to invest in advertising. Now you invest
Yeah.
in things like
Yep.
solo ads. Now you invest in things like maybe Facebook marketing. We wouldn't even get to Facebook marketing yet. I do something under that. So you have the internet marketing you all know, and then you have what we call cell phone marketing. So voicemail broadcasts, where you can do, like, I have a thing that's a one-time payment that you buy credits. So the software is one-time payment, which I get paid half for that. But you can do a voicemail broadcast where it goes directly to your voicemail, and then you can do like 1,000 broadcasts for like $15. Or you can do 20,000 for like 200 and something dollars. And I used to do mailings back in the day. So a typical mailing would cost me about $450 to do, because 1,000 postcards is $350 just for the postage, for postcards. Then you got to buy the postcards. Then you got to buy the mailing labels. I did that years ago. Like 10, 15 years ago. So when I did voicemail broadcasts, that's how I look at it. You do that. You got text message broadcasts you can do now. And there's ways for people to do that. There's a product called SMS phone leads that is $37, and then, but technically, once you pay that, then it's $100 for the voicemail thing. I actually get paid on all of that too, which no links. I'm just saying how this game works. Then you can have access to that voicemail broadcaster as an SMS blaster that the leads are included. And so you invest in that, and then you take the money from that, and then you start experimenting with using Facebook ads and stuff. And this is where that ClickFunnels training will help you understand how to do that effectively. That other 15-day thing I talked to you about, that's what they focus on more, is the paid traffic. Although they do free traffic a little bit too, but their stuff is built more on paid traffic. But if
Mhm.
people try to do that immediately, they're gonna lose money and it doesn't work. So I always tell people, I don't give a fuck if you have money. I don't want you to spend money on ads, because if you don't do the groundwork, you're gonna lose money. Well,
Yeah.
I want to do it anyway. Okay, do you have $1,000? You have like $1,000 that if you set it on fire right now, you'd be cool with doing that. Well, you're supposed to show me how to do. What I am showing you is this, and here's why. When you buy ad, no, I'm gonna give you the mentality. When you buy ads, you're
Yeah.
collecting data. That's what you're paying for. So when somebody tells me I spent $1,000 on ads and I didn't make any money, okay, this is what they're not paying attention to. They
Mhm.
spent money on ads. What did they get? Chances are, even if they suck, they generated leads. So let's say they spent $1,000 on ads
Just
and
get
it cost.
one click, most likely when you do Facebook, you want to get some persons to click on it.
Now,
So
granted, the minimum amount of money that you could spend on ads if somebody's asking me, I would say is $20 a day. So $20 a day times 30 days is $600. If you want to get cheap, 20 times 20 is 400. If you take a break on the weekend, so if you do 20, you'll get some data that you'll learn from. So let's say you did that $20 a day, 400. Let's say you only got like, let's say you got 80 leads.
okay.
Okay, so 80 leads means you pay $5 a lead. That's horrible, but it's a
Oh
start.
wow.
It's a starting
Okay.
point to go down from. It's horrible depending on the industry you're in, but if you're in the stuff I'm talking about, it's horrible. So $5 a lead, but you do have you have 80 leads, right? It's something you have.
Mhm.
It's on the email list there for you. Just like how I'm talking to you on YouTube right now. I could do a live stream with those people. Maybe like 3 people will come on, but these are people that are in business. They're interested in business. They're interested in making money, and they're on my list, so I could communicate with them. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but that sucks. But what you did was you got leads, you got data, because you got data as far as who clicked, why did they click,
Mhm.
and it's something you can build on. But see, what people will focus on is I spent this money, I didn't get sales. Now, here's another thing a lot of people don't talk about. What usually will have the way people make money in buying ads is they sell what's called high ticket products. So let's say they have a
Yeah, I've
product
been hearing
like,
about that lately. I've been hearing about the high ticket affiliation. Yeah, I remember that. I have
well,
a book
how,
on that.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's a reason for that, because let's say you have a product that's like, we won't go too big. Let's say it's a let's say it's $500 and you get paid like $400 on it. Okay, so let's say you get those 80 leads and you spend $400. Well, here's the thing: if you get one sale, let's say you get 80 leads, and then you market to those 80 leads for like, let's say another month. That's
Mhm.
reasonable. Like sending emails, having them to get to know you, not focusing on selling them shit, having them get to know you. What is your story? Who are you? Learning how to create what's called an attractive character. You all really like me, but I am who I am, but it's like an image that I project you all. Now I'm pretty much who I kind of project you all to be. But this is not necessarily, I'm more raw here than I would be on my other profiles. I'm a
Okay.
little bit more diplomatic on a lot of things. I find agreement. Now I don't lie or cap, but I'm much better. I find a person's here. I tell you what it is, damn you, because I'm not getting money out of y'all like that.
Mhm.
So it's not like y'all are paying me. So yeah. So my point is, I let's say I market to a list. I'm doing like something as simple as a Facebook live stream, and I'm talking about my story, where I come from, while I'm in this business, how I can help you, just things I'm talking to you about. And then people are like, oh, this dude know what he's talking about. Okay, I'll buy this program. This is another reason why I like the phone, because when people are spending money, they want to hear somebody talk to them
Mhm.
personally. That's with higher ticket programs, you're more likely going to get on the phone for that stuff. And so it's better to get that skill now. If one person buys, guess what? That $400,
Mhm.
I get $400 commission. So let's say it takes like 3 weeks for somebody to buy. I get paid on that in another 2 weeks. So it took me a total of 5 weeks after I ran the ads. So I literally got that money back. And so now I generated 80 leads for free. That
Oh
makes
wow.
sense, because it's revenue neutral. So there's programs out there that like you can spend. Somebody pays $550 and you get 500, or $1,100 you get 1,000. There's plenty of programs out there like that. But see, people don't want to make that initial investment. Now, here's another thing about high ticket, because people are like, how the fuck is somebody spending 10,000 or $5,000? That doesn't make sense to me. That you're right. Here's the thing: the way that it's called a value ladder. The way that it works is, no, generally people are not going to spend $500 with you up front. But if I offer you something, let's say I offer you something of high value and it's like $3. Is it a
Mhm.
higher possibility you might pay that for $3 if you perceive that is like a value of like maybe like $30 or $50? If I say, here's this ebook of like this list of, like, let's say this. Remember when
That
I
a person will pull $3 out of their pocket easy instead of spending that much
Exactly.
money.
You see it here. You see it with what we do. People give
Mhm.
me that just by running my fucking mouth.
Mhm.
Shit, people give me that to tell me to go fuck myself. That's
Mhm.
happened in the super chat. You see that? You see that
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
like now when you get to the higher numbers, it's less. Like people, $20 is less than five, which is less than one. With 100, you don't see like that except on certain channels. But like when it
Mhm.
comes to like things like $5 and blah blah blah. So for instance, if somebody says, "Hey man, I got this book that I wrote," you even got Obsidian. Here, I'll give it to you for free. You just gotta pay shipping. And
Mhm.
now a lot of people will say you got to pay shipping. Shipping is $15 when it's really 10. So technically you're paying 5. That's what the Amazon people do all the time. But let's say you just pay shipping because they use the book as like a lead magnet. And the point is you've already spent $10 with them. Okay, they get you into their membership and all of that, all this great stuff. You already like the person, that's why you gave them money. Now
Mhm.
they'll have these offers that are like maybe $30, $50. The things that I've just been telling you. I told you about that SMS phone leads. I told you about that
Mhm.
15-day challenge with that's usually like $7. I told you about these things that help you. And then what
Mhm.
happens is as you buy, because it's helping you. Notice how
Mhm.
I didn't tell you what you want. I went on that question you asked me.
Mm-hmm.
And so the key is to have, you don't have to have a lot of products, but just to know, okay, it's kind of like you being a librarian. It's like, okay, this is what this person needs. How do I create something as customized to them as possible? Because the more customized it is, the more personal it's going to be to you, the more likely you're going to take action if it's like reasonable. And so what happens is you get somebody to spend like some of my lowest offers is like 25. Usually if I'm going to really work with you, it's going to be 100. So it's $100 and I work with them and get them to 275, then 500. But here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing, the way I do the high ticket is if people are making like 500, 600, $700, they're more likely to take that money and reinvest it than they are to pull their own money. Now, what usually people do with the high ticket stuff, 5,000, 10,000, is yeah, they have people reaching to get loans, credit cards. It gets a little bit more sophisticated. I don't sell
Mm-hmm.
stuff at that level. Usually I'm in like the 500 and the 1,000 is like my top level right now. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
about it is when you spend ads and you know you can get $1,000 out of somebody, so that means it's like, okay, how much does it cost to get $1,000 sale? And so then it's like, okay, how much? So if it says it costs me $800 to get $1,000 sale in 6 weeks, and you can kind of predict that because you're used to your data and stuff like that, then guess
Mm-hmm.
what? You've made $200 profit, and you have all these leads here that you can still market to, and they just take a little bit more time to buy because they need to be used to you. They need to know if you're full of shit, if you're consistent,
Mm-hmm.
value,
Yeah.
and but those people will come later on as well. And then another thing too is you if you build a team, you can do things like I'm gonna give you all this training center, and then y'all just plug everybody into it. Because guess what? They're giving you free leads because they're giving you the people they brought in, they brought in, they brought in, they brought in. This is why people do Facebook groups.
Okay.
So those are free leads and they're seen as an authority. So my point is there's a mentality behind everything. And so and a lot of this stuff is on YouTube. You just have to know where to go. Like I could put together a whole YouTube playlist of stuff that I've paid thousands of dollars for and like there's some great they'll explain all this stuff. So that's another thing because I know where the bodies are buried. I know how to curate the information without even me putting it together, and that's why I like that one page I'm showing you because I could take this and I could just show like people that I know. I could literally take this and take somebody that's like one of my mentors and then put like day one, day two, day three, day four,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically sell that as a lead magnet. And then me, I'm kind of like the host, and then I'm giving you these experts, but you still associate me with that because I'm the host, and I'm giving you context to that as somebody that I'm not an expert at their level, but I can relate more to somebody because I'm more at your level, you know.
Okay.
So it's a lot of shit. So so does that make sense to you? Does that?
Yeah, I'm following. I'm following. One thing interesting about all this is that when doing the affiliate marketing, high ticket or whatever, the whole premise is like anything you have to do little small research of what target audience you want to attract.
What's up, Jim?
Facebook has certain categories that make it a little easier to to synthesize your target audience from what I can remember because I know they had this for some time now. That's
Well,
matter of fact, that's
there,
why Facebook make a lot of their money with
there's
off
nothing.
of
There's not
advertising.
like so.
Mhm.
So let me focus it, and I want to be quick about it. When you look at the target audience, I like to start with demographics. So there's 5 demographics:
Okay.
race, religion, gender, location, and
Mhm.
age. Those are the 5 demographics. That's kind of like the technical stuff. Then you have okay, what is a result that you want to provide, and then who needs that result. So you
Okay.
start there, and so if you kind of combine those, that'll kind of give you also understand the concept of what a perfect customer avatar is versus
Okay.
like the perfect audience. So that could be like a couple of different people. So like if you
Mhm.
look at, for instance, my audience here is between 25 and 40 years old. I'm 34. So I can kind of
Okay.
relate to both audiences. They're black men. I only have like maybe 3%, like 2%, and like if not 1.75% women. So obviously it's a male audience. They trend they tend to trend my age, a little bit older, a little bit younger. It's a little bit is more between 34 and 25 than it is necessarily north of 40. So
Okay.
we generally have some of the same experiences, but there's a little bit of nuances there because we're all millennials, which is now that I'm thinking about it, all of those are like millennials. So we have
Yeah.
some of the same experiences, although there's some variability. So if I were to look at, okay, what do black men want? Affiliate marketing is actually something black men are not initially attracted to as easily. So what are
Yeah.
they interested in? A lot of black men are interested in Bitcoin. A lot of black men are interested in Forex. So rather
Hmm.
than me trying to push affiliate marketing on them, what I would do is say, hey, you all are always interested in running your mouth about Bitcoin and Forex. Bitcoin is a newer thing, but Forex was kind of before Bitcoin. And so you have a lot of these people that cross. I would say, how about you all get paid promoting what you already believe in? So what does that mean?
Hmm. Okay.
Educate, but you can get paid for selling information. So when you got people like Male Enlightenment, or people like Ty City, or people like what's the dude that was on here? I forget his name. Like I think Crypto Gang. I think it may be Male. You get what I'm saying? The other Linnell.
Yeah. Ohim. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are people that they could kind of they are doing crypto, they're in crypto, and then what they can do is make money promoting, educating people on crypto, kind of like what 99 coins does. And then what you can do is you can create a team around that. You see people do this all the time when they talk about get your credit fixed, where you
Hmm.
see like random affiliates for stuff like that. It's the same thing there. So what I would do is say you can get paid off teaching people about crypto and getting them educated on it. They may not be experts, but they'll be a lot more educated than what they're not. And then they can kind of promote the kind of get paid to evangelize crypto. And you don't have to lie about crypto. You can say like the good, the bad, the ugly. This is where the future is, all of that. And then you tell them to be affiliate off the education. So then there's programs that actually get paid to do just that. There's quite a few programs now that do that, and you can actually build teams around people interested in crypto. They teach you how to do crypto and Forex. There's like multiple companies now that are doing that. And yeah, that's what you're meeting them where they are, and then you broaden it out from there. And so you see how I just created that. So here's the thing: now that I have, okay, black men from 40 years old to 25 years old, I tend to know they like crypto. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go on the major social media sites. TikTok is one of them now. Instagram, YouTube. I'm going to create those partnerships with people that are willing to do it, meaning, have them come on my channel and interview about crypto. Male Enlightenment, Linnell Tyce's always talked about it. Even though I'm not like a crypto expert, I know enough to ask the right questions. Then
Hmm.
I'm associated with them. I get on, I find all of the channels of people that are like the crypto Instagram pages, black, white, or otherwise. And then I go to town. I create a spreadsheet, and I could probably create a spreadsheet of like 100, 200, probably 300 different links between Facebook groups, Instagram pages, YouTubes, and TikToks. And at that point, I have an unlimited. Hell, I even know how to use Boolean, what's called Boolean operators in Twitter. Twitter is a search engine just like Google. A lot of people don't know that. So you can use like commas to focus on certain keywords. So I could type in BTC, Bitcoin, you know, how to buy Bitcoin in Twitter, and I can literally intercept people having. I'm talking about in the Twitter app without any software, seeing a feed of conversations that people have with those particular words in it. This is how a lot of those companies monitor like people saying stupid shit about people, how they can intercept that quickly. And I'll have right there if I wanted to just contact people vis-a-vis like just reaching out to people, I would have an unlimited amount of people. And because I work from home, I have all the time in the world to do that. Everybody doesn't have that. That's why, I would then say, okay, you call people and then you promote more of the opportunity, which is a little bit different thing. So that's just with that. That's just with Bitcoin and with all of that. I mean, that's that alone. I just did that right there, live and in living color. And then obviously, once you bring in revenue, you reinvest it. I'm a believer that you take all your money, pay for what you paid for with tools and everything, and then you reinvest it in either software to leverage yourself or ads. And then you build it up until you get to the point where, like for instance, if you sell $20, a program that you get paid $20 a month on it. So let's say the program is like $50, $55, but you get like a software and you get paid $20 a month on it. 250 people, you're making $5,000 a month.
Oh, okay.
So it's a math thing, and like I said, or some people can build up, they put content together, they build up Facebook pages, Instagram pages. Shout out to Hood Estates. So it's a lot of different ways you can do it. You do content marketing, social media prospecting, calling, solo ads, invest in traffic. It's a lot of different ways of doing things.
Mm.
Let's see what people have to. It's a lot of different ways, and I compartmentalize it. But let me see. I hate that forex, folks. Most people only push forex to other black people. I never see them push it to white people. The reason why people push forex, well, there are white people that do forex. The
Oh yeah,
reason
there's a
why
lot of white people.
people push forex to black people is because for some reason black people, no, not some reason, black people like forex and Bitcoin because they don't want to. As much as black people talk about having game and communication, you got to have talk game. Black people don't like to sell worth of shit. Now, clearly, I can show you a lot of black people that can sell, but as an overall group, black people are really like conservative on shit like that. They're very risk averse. So putting money in it, so black people are more likely to gamble with their money than actually fucking sell some shit. That's why they like it. Now, as you can see, I have my personal opinions on that shit, but clearly, you meet people where they are and you inform them on other things once they get to where you are. But that's why that is the way that is. It's easier, and to be fair, it's easier to talk to black women about selling something than black men. It's easier to talk to white
Mm.
people about selling something than black people. Ed and Shane says, yeah, Daniel, all network marketing, resistance band, makeup, tea, something, you name it. They sell it. Exactly. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is like I got involved with Amway when I was like 18 years old. And in Amway, I remember it was Quick Start at the time, and they would talk about, oh man, these energy drinks, these things called energy drinks are gonna be really big. It's gonna be everywhere. And this was when just Red Bull was in the game, and Red Bull tastes like piss. So I'm like, what? But then they had this energy drink called Excess, which they still sell today, which is a 0 calorie drink that it's like amp energy. And it tastes great. It's like drinking like fruit punch soda, and I mean that. And but 0 calories, and it gives you, they use the B vitamins to boost your energy. So it's a much more healthier way of doing it. And they sell it to this day. And literally 5-6 years later, it was about $2.12 per can, but you had to buy them in the cases. But literally 5-6 years later, it was all these other energy drinks. So they weren't lying when they said that you know, it was going to be big. So usually what happens is they get in the energies early. Like you had certain companies that popped up that were promoting like TV services through apps. And now you heard me talking about that a couple of years ago. Now you see the apps. So yeah. So I mean, but my thing is there's a lot less friction. Here's the thing, the way I look at a company is there's a couple of things you all need to look at when you're doing your fucking research. So let's call it straight. Well, y'all motherfuckers are not really doing their research. Y'all just say that shit because it didn't emotionally speak to you. And once I understood that's what was going on, I know, okay, they're diplomatically saying no, I don't need to worry about it. So
Mhm.
when you do your research, this is what you need to look at. How much does it cost to join? Which usually they're not going to tell you with the person you're talking about. How much? Well, actually, before that, what's the product, and does the product actually have a need? Is there a real need? Now, if people don't know, the need may not speak to you because that may not be what resonates with you. So you may not. So you really need to research if there's a real need for it outside of just the product. But whatever, assuming it has a need, assuming you pass that test. Now, how much does it cost to join? How much does it cost to promote? How much, which is that's more you. No, how much does it cost to join? How much does it cost to stay in? How much does it cost to promote? And then how fast do you get paid? What is the turnaround time for your money? So like blood in the body, when it comes to oxygen to getting to your organs, there's a certain amount of time. It's fast to go in and go out. Obviously, the harder you work, the more faster it works. So you want to get access to your money as fast as possible because that's how you reinvest in. So I'll go through an example. I'm gonna give you two examples. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take Quickstar for example. When I joined Quickstar, which was Amway years ago, that cost 300. That cost like 250 to join. They got fast start bonuses, all that bullshit. You can get stuff as cheap as like $25 or $5, $49 now. It works as like $49 now. So yeah, but then how much it costs to stay in was going to be like $300. Now the way that I did that, because I was in high school, I was just out of high school at the time, had a just grocery store job. I had things that I could buy through the website, and then it could cut that gap down. Because these are things that I normally bought, because that's what they tell you, buy things you normally buy and just buy it through there. But the thing is, there's still a gap of about like 100, like it was still a gap for like $175. And then I cut that maybe like another 50 for the energy drinks, because I would sell those, but I didn't really sell them like that. But I drank them myself because I liked them. So I still had like $122 gap. And I didn't always need to buy all that stuff every month like that. So it was really like probably $160, $170 gap. And then it was like a $300 commitment. And I wasn't making that, kind of money when you're paying for car and all that. So my point is that was a very big, but you're dealing with physical products, but that was a very big commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much it costs to join, 250. How much it costs to stay in was like about 300 a month, but it was like a net like negative, probably like 160 a month. And then how much then hold on, then it's how much does it cost to promote. Now that doesn't have anything to do with the company. Now what the companies are going to tell you, the bigger companies like your Amways, your the fucking makeup industry shit, they're going to tell you to do what's called warm marketing, which is build a list of people you know. Now everybody tells you about warm marketing isn't what the fuck they're talking about. It's wrong. They tell you to do it horrible. They tell you to do it in a way that people don't want to hear from you. It's a very painful way of doing it. That is not the right way of doing it. It's a better way of doing it. I'm not going to get into that, but there is. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. If you contact somebody about a business, you let them know, hey, are you open to talking business? That's number one. You ask for their permission. They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. If they say, what is it? You tell them, like, hey, I've gotten involved with this thing, this franchise. I want to share a video with you, see what you think. It may not be for you. It's probably not for you, but I want to see what you think. And then if somebody, that might be interested, what you've done right there is you giving them permission to say no and for them, you not to be mad. Do you understand how significant of a difference that is? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repeat that.
Like, so if you give somebody permission to say no, because you said, hey, I got this thing, I'm looking, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, this is probably not for you, but I wanted to share this video with you because I thought of you to see what you think. You giving somebody permission to say no makes them feel better about saying no, because they're not creating these feelings in them like they're letting you down. And then you say, and I'm sharing it with you just to see if there's somebody that you might know that might be interested. Now, if they are interested, they'll say, what about me? Okay, check out the video. Let me know. But and you're doing that in order to build up the list. I learned this when I was selling Cutco. You're doing that. Your goal is not to sell them shit. Your goal for that list is to increase the size of that list, to find people they know that might be interested in making some money. But it's not something where you sell them, they say no, then you ask. No, you ask for the leads. Your goal is to take a list of like 100, 200 people and turn it into like hopefully like 500 or 600. But they never say that. They always say just show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, show the plan. Because the bigger people, if they get more people to show the plan, they're going to make money. But that doesn't help you at the bottom. But see, what fucks them up is your retention. You quit. So they lose on the retention rates because they want people to stay. Because the longer people stay, the longer the big wigs make money. So it really fucks them up in the long term too. So that's the warm marketing piece. People, that's the one thing I do that nobody else does. They don't tell that right. Anyway, and if they don't want to do warm marketing, then we go back to the call shit and the other ways. We don't have to do that first. Long story short, that's how they do it though, in order to mitigate you paying for tools and stuff. But there is a cost. Like you have to buy an autoresponder. An autoresponder is going to run you at least $13, even if you $13 a month. You have to get a page builder. That can be from ClickFunnels, which is 100. I have page builders, the one that's 50. Actually, I use GetResponse. I teach people how to use GetResponse, which is an autoresponder, and they has a page builder element that's very simple to use. And
Mm-hmm.
then, and so you don't even have to buy another page builder. So right there, I just saved you $55, $97. For $13, you have both of the things you need. So the cost to promote is extremely low. There is no overhead for that. So $13 for the things you absolutely need. And then, so how much it cost to join, stay in, and promote? So for Amway, it probably would have cost you about $200 to probably stay in and to promote if you buy the stuff month to month. Now, the companies now that I deal with, affiliate marketing, number one, some of these companies are one you pay one time and then you have a system, so you don't got to pay month to month. But even the things that pay month to month, it'll be $55. Um, and it may have a page builder in there already, so $55 plus 13, which is 67, plus a domain 70. So pretty much you're paying like, and then you add leads for 100 leads a month for 25 cents per lead. This telephone interviewed, although you can get leads for like a cent if you're willing to call 90-day leads. That's going to be a lot more colder. So really, I can show you how to get unlimited leads or even telephone interview leads. 25. So that's under $100 a month. Under $100 a month. And then if you do, like, let's say you want to call 400 leads a month, you're willing to do that. Okay, that brings that to like 167. So for 167, you have a business. You divide that by 4. That's about $45 a week. You have a business that has leads, tools, and everything included. And even then, there's a thing called Easy One Up that's a one-time charge. So if you give me $110, now you have a business that you can promote, and then you're paying that one time. You don't pay anything else. So now you got $13 plus the leads. So 20. So let's say 100 plus 13. You're paying $113 for 400 leads, autoresponder, and you have a business. By the way, they got to pay you via Cash App because it's a license kind of thing. So you get paid instantly. So it depends on what you want to do. And the reason why I have different programs is because people want different things. And some people want more of a continuity. Some people want something they don't got to pay month to month, but they want something that'll give them money. So you look for what fits them. And then that thing sells training, education. That's that education, information education thing I was talking about.
See.
What the fuck? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Gabriel says, let me catch up on some of these comments. Gabriel says, Edward, have you seen how black women idolize white men on TikTok? When I see a black woman, like, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't deal with that. TikTok is a very big app. I don't deal with that nigga shit over there. I really don't. I don't even deal with a lot of the red pill stuff over there. The main stuff I deal with. Shout out to Sun is a Hot Rod, very formal stream. Please do more. I appreciate your knowledge of business. I appreciate that, and I will. I may do a Patreon that does more of this and just make it so the Patreon is not a paid Patreon. I just put it up there and just put it on Patreon so y'all can have a place if y'all want just this.
Okay.
Edward, you have seen, yeah, I don't need to. He said, I hate blah blah. What are your thoughts on LGBT gender fluidity? It's fucking people up. I'm not a fan of. Like that gender fluidity thing is a soft file control. It just create chaos. It doesn't help men. It doesn't help women. It fucks people up. It is basically a form of mental molestation. That's my thoughts. I hope that definitely drives home what the fuck I said. I know the feeling back when I was at Israelite camp. I had a few folks were pushing email accounting on others for it itself isn't bad. It's just email stuff that isn't needed. No, here's the thing. Forex, there's nothing wrong with Forex and number one MML. There's nothing wrong with combining it. The problem is how they go about it creates a very horrible sales experience. So the thing is, and unfortunately, that creates a lot of opportunity to do it the right way. Like what they're doing is, see, here's my thing. I don't tell you you heard what I said about Forex and Bitcoin. I told you all Forex and Bitcoin, that's not the primary way to make money. That's a secondary way of make money. That's what you invest in for your money to grow, not what you generate initial money with. Because then you're taking your job and then leveraging your job versus you need to leverage it in a business device. Glenn and Cameron agrees. So the business device creates more money, and then more money, you park your money, and then this is where you can go and do those things. So even if I'm pushing like a Forex or Bitcoin product, which I actually do have, that has like a leverage thing, I still stand by that. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with Bitcoin. understanding the blockchain and where the future is a whole bunch of positive things, but I'm not going to lie on something in order to make it sweeter, because at the end of the day, that's going to build resentment anyway. Did you watch my video on what the table is? No, I didn't, Brother Ray. I may check it out on what the table is when black women talk about I am the table. JR is a unique soundbite would be your own greatest hits comments. Kevin roasted a gal on IG earlier. He called a girl homewrecker. Her how you wrecked your home by becoming a baby mom. Ha, that's funny. Yeah, Kevin's killing it. NC Worker, good morning. Yeah, what's up, Sonny Robotive? I love Pookie and Ray Rain. Ha ha ha. Blah blah blah. Okay, we're at the bottom now. What investment is this? It's not an investment. It's more talking about a business device. Like everybody, everybody. Sheen says that's a good tactic. I wish I would have heard this when I worked in outbound sales. Absolutely, I did outbound sales. I took over 70,000 calls in customer service and outbound sales. So I know what I'm doing. There's a guy by the name. His name is Rick Caruth. He talks about making calls. But he does it from a real estate standpoint. Very good. I use him as like kind of like a way of kind of introducing people to it, because he does like live calls, like literally coaching people live. They make calls on real estate so you get an idea how people respond. Those are actual cold calls. I don't do that. The people I talk to, they put their shit in one of my websites or a website. They put it in or they talk to somebody before they get to me. I do not call people cold. Now I've called MLM genealogy lists. I can do that, but I have software that actually allows me to text people automatically. So that filters them out to people that are really interested. And that's all DNC, do not call list compliant. All my stuff filters through the do not call list, all of that, because I'm not getting sued. If you want to learn affiliate marketing, what I recommend, there's a couple of things. If y'all want to learn affiliate marketing, put that in the comment section, and I'll give you all some links, some stuff y'all can wrap your head around for free that'll definitely give you the game to what you need. And here's the thing: it's not that I'm like all about giving stuff away for free. I'm not, but investing is the relationship. That's what you invest in. And you all see this in the manosphere. People are giving people money. Some of these people are full of shit, but they're giving people money based on the relationship. Now, sometimes, you got somebody like Jessica X that because of certain dynamics, they'll give that money up quicker. But it's still, she's saying the right things. It's their unique relationship. And so I see why you work well with that. Yeah. Peace, Ed, chat, hope y'all, but absolutely. So, and the thing about it is, I'm telling you, like black men, we need, like, I'm telling you all, there are killers out here in affiliate marketing. They're black or in sales. Cedric Harris, Myron Golden. There's a dude that one of the cheapest things he offers for his private coaching is $50,000. And this is a black dude, and I'm an old black dude, like a Kevin Samuels, like not even Kevin Samuels. He's like a cross between Kevin Samuels and BGS. Like, if you all learn this, like I'm telling you all, it can create a lot of options for you when it comes to, like, a lot of y'all got child support problems. A lot of y'all got problems with like revenue problems. Remember, all this stuff comes back to quality of life, health, money, time, freedom, relationships. And the thing is, like I said, 200, if you like really, and a lot of y'all have skills that y'all can create products around that y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even have to get an affiliate market. Y'all can actually create a product. And Russell Brunson actually does a great job doing that, showing you how to do that in a very real way. Like that lead magnet thing, which I'll share, actually shows you all how to do that. It shows you all like actually how funnels work and all of that in a way that's going to give you really good grounded information. It's kind of like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So you got any more questions or any concerns or?
No, man. I think you lay it all out. With a lot of information, this is a lot to digest, to be honest with you. And like I said, I did attempt it because I'm gonna do it. I'll try some things. I've been on the little journey trying to find ways to increase some revenues, here and there. I probably will put more emphasis now, but like I said, if anything good that comes around my way that I'm able to do, I will probably jump on it quick.
Yeah, I'm telling you all, do not underestimate TikTok. Do not. What a lot of people are using TikTok for now is they're using TikTok to transmit um followers back to their like Instagram and shit. That doesn't always translate, but a lot, trust me, there are dudes like I can show you, like there are dudes that are not fools that are on TikTok talking about a lot of things. Like if you want to learn about finance, you'd be surprised some of the creative ways people are doing things. Don't like I would definitely give look, trust me, you remember what I used to say about TikTok, but once I really got on there, I'm telling you all, a lot of people are getting, if you all want to create content and you can get used to doing it, even if you're a serious person, you could definitely, TikTok's going to give you the most cachet, especially if you're trying
Mhm.
to build a following. And no matter what you do, I'm not doing that goofy thought shit, that clown around shit, comedy shit. No. And the people that I tend to follow, I follow a variety of people, but I follow a lot of people talk about finance. Because you'd be surprised some of the creative ways people are getting information on there. I follow a lot of food channels.
Mm.
They show you how to make shit in like under a minute. Like it is really good at communicating the information. So I what I'll probably do is probably give y'all like maybe a series of links to click on with TikTok so y'all can get an idea of it outside of the thought shit. But I mean, it's thought shit everywhere. I mean, Instagram is thought shit. Doesn't mean YouTube. YouTube. YouTube is just so big. But yeah, no. But my thing is, yeah, it is a lot to digest. I mean, like I said, my point is, there's a variety of different things. It's really, like I said, there's things where you can kind of get paid immediately, and you just pay for it one time, and then you just focus on what your tools are. You actually can be an affiliate of all your tools. So when I bring people in anything I'm doing, the tools that they buy, I get paid off of that. Like technically Get Response, I get paid off of that. All that stuff I get paid off. They call it picks and shovels. Like when people used to go to the California for the gold rush, right? And
Mhm.
then rather than the people that made money were not necessarily the people that went to get the gold. It was the people that sold them the picks and shovels along the way. That's how it is with affiliate. And a lot of these dudes make money is what they do is they sell you affiliate marketing, they sell you education training, and they sell you like empowerment education, and you pay for that. That's that CDs and tapes they used to talk to. The thing that made it bullshit is everybody didn't have access to that. They made it so only the top people could get money off the CDs and tapes. When the reality is those fuckers should have put that at the bottom so people would be making money quicker so they'd stay because they have revenues. And see now after 2010, the newer companies, like more the affiliate companies that have leverage to them, they implemented that, and that's why people have much more staying power. And then what happens is people are making money. They use the high ticket thing to make to get you to pay more because you've made more money,
Mhm.
and those are embedded in the programs. It's called like a value ladder. So you'll have programs like that are maybe start at 7, then they go to 30, 55 as far as month to month. Then you could buy something that's like 100, 400, 1,000. I mean, there's masterminds out there that you could buy that's like 10,000, like 15, 20, 30. I mean, it's crazy. But as far as what you most likely have access to, generally the highest thing you're gonna buy is gonna either be 1,000, maybe max 2,000. There's a black dude by the name of Todd Capital. It's a lot of people out there, man. Like, and then if you, I'm just talking about black people. Now, if I start opening it up to any race, oh man, like any demographic, I mean, it's a lot. I'm telling you a lot, not because I expect you all to absorb all of this, but I want you all to understand there is a lot more behind it. Like the last thing I'm gonna leave you all is this is like the formula, the magic formula to actually walk people through a funnel, like a process. First, you contact somebody. I'm gonna say the whole thing, then I'm gonna go through it. You contact somebody, then you see if they're willing to communicate. That's that permission thing I talked about. Then you see if they qualify, meaning is it good fit? Do they need what you have to offer, or if they're interested? Then you invite them to a presentation. That's kind of setting the appointment up. You present. That's giving them the video, the call, whatever webinar, whatever fucking information they need, and then you follow up, and then that's the actual appointment, and then you answer questions. So going back through it, contacting could be contacting through ads, like a Craigslist ad is technically you contacting, and then they respond, or you calling, or you doing warm marketing, or you doing voicemail broadcast, like I said, or you creating content that they find and that they interact with. That's contacting. Communicating is, are they willing to communicate? Are they willing to have back and forth conversation? Are they interacting with your ad? Meaning, do they sign up? Obviously, if they fill in a name and email, then they're willing to communicate. If they subscribe to your channel or whatever, they're willing to communicate. There's different levels of communication, obviously, but you get it. If you call them and you say, "Are you interested in?" Because I'm here to talk to you about an opportunity. Are you interested? Is that correct or no? They say yes, you continue. So, because if there is no communication, the contacting part you control, you do that. But the communication part, they either are or they aren't. That's the first filter. The second filter, do they qualify? So, asking them a series of questions in a conversation. What has you looking for a business? I want to send you this information. Do you want to receive it? Depending on if they respond to your marketing or emails, that's a part of them qualifying themselves. It's just like it's same thing with dating. You control if you approach people. Do they like how you look? That means they're qualified for you to actually invest in them or some shit. They don't like you, don't invest, don't simp. Anyway, and a lot of people simp in business. Anyway, so once they qualify, you offer them an invitation. So inviting them means setting an appointment. Say, I want to send you this information. Are you willing to watch it? If I send it, will you watch it? Will you come to this appointment? You make sure. If they don't want to do the appointment, you do what's called gapping them, grabbing a pen, send them to a website, let them do what they do. Chances are they won't do shit, but maybe they will. And then they'll contact you. So you're in control. Once they accept the appointment, then you email them the information. A video, call, webinar, whatever. Usually it could be a series of videos, but the first one gives them enough information to make a decision. Then you do the follow-up. Now, a lot of people, I triple and quadruple book appointments because a lot of people fuck with me. They want to say they'll be somewhere they're not. So I'm like, you know what? Then I set 3 appointments at the same time. So I'm getting a hold of somebody. Then they say, oh, I missed it. Okay, that's cool. Just get to me when you can, or I'll reset it up and I'll reset it. Or some people say, hey, I was there, but you weren't there. Oh, I had an appointment that went long. That's what I do. Rather than, oh, why did you stand me up? No, fuck that. I'm setting 3 or 4 appointments at the same time. I'll get to you when I get to you. My fucking time is important. And I use a website called Calendly to set my appointments up. By the way, all these motherfuckers that do these fake ass coachings, like Yanni Red and them, you would think they'd be professional enough to use a free service like that to look professional, but whatever. Anyway, then you follow up and answer questions. That's really the closing phase. Following up and answering questions is really you follow up via an email when you're emailing them via the autoresponder. Technically your social media when you're setting up live streams because they're in your orbit. And then at this point, it's a period where they've gotten the information, they're interested. Maybe they kind of like what you just said, Chaos. It's a lot to digest. I need to think about it. I need to marinate with it. That's what it is. People have to usually have 5 contacts before they're comfortable with somebody or something to make a decision. Also, you have to be clear. They have to be clear on what the company is. They have confidence in the company. They have confidence in you. They have confidence in the product. They have confidence in that they can do it. So usually my marketing would be designed to create a series of videos and things in order to answer any objections you might have before you even had it. I'm kind of dumping everything in it for the purpose of this video, but usually I would be a lot more systematic than that. I wouldn't give you all this information. I would give you just enough tidbits to, you'd be like, I agree with this. I agree with this. This makes sense. This makes sense. This makes sense. So by the time I do get to call you, you have enough information where you can make an educated decision. And then it becomes a numbers game after that. And then once they get on my team, I have a training center. It walks them through like a couple of steps: how to get set up, how to get onboarded first, get set up next. Quick start 1, 2, and 3. 1 is making calls. 2 is doing social media free prospecting. 3 is warm marketing. My basic training series, which tells them how to make content. As far as that's the content piece. It teaches them what a sales funnel is, how to generate leads, different ways of doing it, how to understand who their target market is. I have this thing about the main training, and then how do you put you in your business. You don't have to brand yourself. You don't have to show your face. If you're introverted, you can do this. You don't see me show my face all the time. You don't have to be a rich person. You don't have to be already there. You just have to know more than the next person. And my training will help you know a lot more than what the next motherfucker knows. And, watch, rinse, and repeat. And then you work with them. Hopefully they make money. You get them to make money. As they get to make money, they invest in some of the higher tier stuff. And then it is what it is. So, and that is kind of a lot of what goes on. There's a lot of more component parts, but that's the overall framework. See what else y'all got to say. Affiliate marketing sounds industry the way you describe it. I mean, it is, and honestly, the way I do it, it's harder at first, and then once you develop money that you can reinvest in your business through advertising and stuff, that's how you get your time back. That's how you control your time, because then you get to the point where you understand your audience enough where you can just put money in ads and put money in an offer, and then you just get it out because you know what works for your people. You know what they need, what they want, what will help them. You can offer coaching. It's a lot of different shit. I mean, it really is. And trust me, I'm a low level dude compared to what there's black women that will fucking. I'm talking about black women that are married to black men. There's dudes, man, motherfuckers. Don't get me started on some of the money. Anyway, Chaos, are you asleep? You still here? What's up?
I'm still here. I was while I was listening, doing some editing with this new editing software.
Yeah.
Live stream. Well, not my live streams, but one of my calling recordings. But yeah.
No, absolutely. So anyway, yeah, but that's really what it is. And like I said, the affiliate marketing is going to be one of the easiest things to get involved in as far as like low cost to start. Ty City said you need $2,000 to get serious about Bitcoin. You only need $100 to do what the fuck I'm talking about and make a commit. Really, I would say if you're serious, make a commitment of $150 a month for like the next 90 days. Mm-hmm. And then you'll be in position to win. Why? Because, and I actually could go lower than that if you need. If we needed to, we could do 115, depending on the program. But the 150 would be the minimum for a continuity program. There's actually a program that I got that's actually at minimum $30 and you get $20 per thing sold, but it has no leverage. It's what you sell. That's another thing too. You have things that have leverage. Like you have things that are like 3x12 matrices. You have things that are like you get paid on what you sell, what they sell, what another person sells. So it's just 3 levels deep. So depending on how the leverage works, but then it's a matter of what you do versus what they do. And do you have more confidence in the effort you're going to put in? There's programs that are like $100 a month for leads, but you get $50 a month for each one sold. So it's a lot of different things. It's a lot of different things. So it just depends on and it's not like any one of these things works. See, the issue is the skill. If you have the skill, you can make any of these things work. That's why when people say like certain things are a scam, like scams are illegal. So it's not a scam. Now it may not be a good business model because binaries I hate. There's certain business models I can't fucking stand. I prefer to get paid as fast as possible. So I prefer to get paid instantly. Mm-hmm. Because if I get paid instantly, then obviously I can put that money back in versus a lot of programs, it takes like either a month or it takes like 3 weeks. And that's not a bad thing because obviously things have to go through proper business channels. Some things have free trials. So, but as far as how much it costs to really get started and really get going, it's not as much as what people think. It's not. And in every question you have, there is an answer. There's an answer on YouTube. It's just a matter of knowing where that information is and people that can speed up your learning curve. MCA could work, but I never was the biggest fan of MCA, but there's a lot of great people that did it. But I didn't even talk about offline marketing, which is using I didn't even talk about that because of COVID. But there's a lot of things with that, what technology is now. That kind of merges the internet to that. You got things like Canva as far as graphics. I mean, there's ways of doing everything. It really is. And there's a lot of free software out there, a lot of free training out there. I'm talking about updated training people don't know about. So all you really have to do is curate a lot of that content. So it's an answer for everything. It's just a matter of people asking. It's just a matter of asking. Easy One Up minimum. It operates on one-time payments. The minimum payment is $25, and then it goes to 100, then 25, 100, 250, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. So what you do is you work people up the ladder. Me personally, technically, I'm not supposed to do this, but what I usually tell people is if you give me like 100, I'll give you, you give me the difference, I'll upgrade you to a 25. Technically, I'm not supposed to do that. Technically, I'm supposed to charge you
Mhm.
250. Because the way it works is it's a licensing thing. So when you give me the Cash App, I press a button that gives you license to the training, and it has like 40 hours of training and shit like that. But that's a one-time payment. So if you give me $1,000, that's worth 40 25s or 10 100s. Usually I tell people to get started at the 250 or the 100, and then it's 110. I get 100. Then you buy a domain where you can buy a domain as little as $1. Then you get the get response thing, which is your email responder. Think of that like a CRM, and then that's 30 days free, and it's $13 for up to 1,000 leads. And it goes up once you get more leads. Once you get over 1,000, technically Mailchimp is free, but Get Response has the auto the funnel builder, because it's not just about building like lead forms. It's about you creating web pages that allows you to like put a video on it. Let's say you want to put a video on it and you don't want to show your face chaos running, but you have that symbol that you use, and
Mhm.
so people get acclimated to your voice.
Yeah.
I would say at least use a picture. That's what I would say. Use a picture because a picture worth 1,000 words. But
Yes.
if you absolutely don't want to do that, I mean, people make money. Joe Rogan, people make money on podcasts all the time, so people can get acclimated to a voice. Um, I would say put yourself on camera if you will, if you can. If you don't want to do that at first, at least do a at least do voice. You got to do voice. Like you'd be a fool not to do voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I do
there's
voice.
no reason that people shouldn't do voice, and there's really no reason people shouldn't be willing to use a picture. Um, in the context of like that, because that's a different. It's not like controversial shit like what we do here.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, and so with that you would have, yeah, with that you'd have a business with $13 a paying, and it's just a matter of you buying leads. Now if you don't want to call it leads, I mean, you could create content, you could do something, but the thing about the social media prospecting shit is that shit's tedious. You got to
Mhm.
reach out to people. Then you got to, do the friend request, do a whole bunch of friend requests. You got to worry about fucking Facebook. All you doing too many friend requests. Then you got to, gas these motherfuckers up like you're interested. And you got to have certain talk game to do that. Versus when you calling people, you say, look, I'm calling here. My name is this. I'm calling from here. You express interest in the business by either signing up for one of my websites or calling one of my team members in the office. Are you still interested? Or are you not? They're gonna say yes or no. They're not gonna cuss you out. They say, "Who is this call for?" Look, man, look, I don't care anymore. I tell people, look, somebody put their information in. If that's not you, that's fine. You have yourself a wonderful day. I don't even give them an opportunity to get mad. People only get mad when you keep pushing the envelope after they say no, even if you cold call. Now, if they know they put their fucking information in, and a lot of these people, what they do is they put a lot of information into a lot of different shit,
Mhm.
and then they forget. So you can say anything because they're just throwing their information in the shit. Um, and so especially in this environment now where people losing jobs, people got stimulus money, so they may not be looking to give all their money up, but they're looking to do something. They can flip something.
Mhm.
And they say it's really a simple process. Even if you call people that work in a business, an MLM business, there's processes to do that. And if people see the process, like they see people calling people, they're a little bit more acclimated to it, even though they may have concerns. But the SMS social media shit, I really have there just so I'm not forcing people to call, so they don't feel like they got to do it, so it adds pressure. But I really don't recommend people using social media prospecting. I mean, I can use it, I know how to do it, but it gets tedious. It really does. And it's a lot of work versus just calling. It's a straight line. They're either yes or no, and then you just go through your leads. Even if people don't want to call, I have an app called Slide Dial that allow you to dial their number, and they go directly to voicemail. So if you wanted to do that in the initial call, you could do that. You could do that like 10 people at a time for like 10 cents per person. So like $1. And you do 10 people at a time with a pre-recorded voice message. That's like a low level of doing the broadcasting piece. So even if you didn't want to call, you can just do that. And then if somebody like emails you back, like you do that and then you text them. If they respond, you call them. If you really want to act like a scaredy cat, but that gets people taking action to where they realize, oh, I didn't die. Okay.
Mm.
My retirement plan is my businesses. That's my retirement plan. I mean,
Mhm.
chances are, I'll have continuity programs and stuff like that. Um, and then I'll have investments, but I believe in businesses, not people talk about like too many people, unless you got too many people talk about investing and they talk about investing like gambling.
Mm.
Son is Israel said, yep, I had to learn that not everything is a scam. Scams are illegal. Same with folks that talk about Trump paying no taxes or whatever. If he did something, yeah, he's legally not paying taxes. Shout out to
Mm.
like type in Trump commercial real estate for dummies, and it's a video of a black dude to explain to you how he's able to get away with that, the legal mechanisms he does.
Well, he has a lot of
Um,
corporations, and with corporations, he has a lot of loopholes. So
well,
if
the
he pays
biggest,
any tax, it probably is like less than 1,000 at
well,
most.
the
If he
biggest
pays.
way. The biggest reason he doesn't pay taxes is because he benefits from something called depreciation of values in the tax code. So what happens is a lot of the prop things that he owns has a depreciation rate of value that's under what he actually makes. So he has no profit technically. So
Mhm.
all his stuff is like compartmentalized in corporations and assets. This type of stuff Glenn and Cameron talks about. But that's the short answer as to why he doesn't. And why a lot of these companies don't. Um but as far as are you offering some sort of program now? You've been hinting about something like this for a few months. Well, I do affiliate marketing. So a lot of this has to do with, do I really want to merge what I do here? Because there's a lot of nigga shit. I don't want to hear nothing about no motherfuckers talking about, oh, you a scam, you this, you this. Then it's gonna
Hell
force
yeah,
me to
it's
have
too
to
many.
expose how
Too
much
many.
money I make, which I don't want to do that because that's gonna make me a target. I don't want to
Like the
hear these
city
niggas.
did that to you. Remember when the city wanted to ask how much you fucking make? I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, and yeah, and I've got emails from that from people talking about what the fuck was he doing. Yeah, so my point is, I prefer to compartmentalize that. But what I'll probably start doing is probably start giving y'all breadcrumbs to my other shit. Then a lot of my other shit is ran through my first name, so my real name. So now at that point, I mean Edward is my middle name. It's not
Hmm.
so it is my name, but so I go back and forth on that. That's really, then I don't want to hear nothing from the Bitcoin motherfuckers that they want to act like, oh well, he trying to try. I don't want to hear that. That's really what it is. So it's like I want to do it, but then it don't. That's I kind of go back and forth with it. As far, but son is Israel. The thing I want you to understand is I get what people mean when they say that, but understand that the the damn government is on these companies' asses. These companies are regulated a lot more than what most shit y'all are more comfortable in dealing in. So we got to do everything. Like we got to put disclosures on our emails, all that shit. Like even that legendary marketer affiliate, I had to go through like a 3 hour training as far as how to promote it, what not to do, to be compliant. And they're always learning. Shit is changing because they're that fucking serious. Now, is everybody like that? No. But the reality is, man, they be coming for people. Like it's not how it
Mm.
was like pre 2010. And it's not because people are getting scammed. You've always heard about them being on network marketing companies. And a lot of them companies are like 50, 60, 70 years old. Betsy DeVos is the daughter of the Amway brothers. They created Amway. She was your education secretary. Like a lot. So people be acting like it's crazy. Cause a lot of it has to do with a lot of stigmas that's built around it. But whatever. I let people have their opinions because the one thing I don't do, I can answer the questions, but this is not about me convincing people because they want to have a right to tell somebody no. And it's just like YouTube. I'm not about to convince you that people are making money on YouTube. You're either gonna accept it or you're not. I mean, like, I get it in 2005. It's fucking 2021. YouTube has their own TV service. You have all these other apps. I mean, what the fuck? These TVs now can get on the internet. So I'm literally doing this stream on my big screen right now. So I mean, it's like, look, I'm not trying to. It's just like convincing people of coding and shit like that. People or Bitcoin or whatever. People gonna get it or they don't. Like I allow people to have their opinions. I focus on who is interested and who I can help. Russell Brunson calls it, who are you called to serve? And I have a special place in really wanting to give black men options. It's not about traveling. It's not about doing all that. It's about having options to control your quality of life. To because a lot of us get stuck. And even if you have decent jobs, it's like, God damn, and a lot of y'all, like, even when people were emailing me, and they still do, I ask people about what they did, and a lot of folks do a lot of great shit. A lot of folks do a lot of great shit, and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, like, the money that y'all have tapped into it. Just like a lot of these hoes, people forget a lot of what these thoughts do right now. Can you imagine if Girls Gone Wild was that video DVD service that used to get sold and promoted by some white dude, and it was women doing the same shit that what this whole industry is now. Kim Kardashian, they said, Forbes said, she's now a billionaire.
Look, her husband's billion.
Huh? No, they said she let me show you that real quick.
Is a network? Is she trash? Is she crossed the billion? Cause funny thing, you mentioned that.
No, they said her on her own.
You pull up. One thing I want to say why you.
And then we're gonna be done with it after this, cause
Yeah.
I gave y'all a good stream. Yeah, I'm about, cause I got tomorrow off, but still I got shit to do. I got shit to catch up on.
Colleen, they said 4 years ago, maybe around her 20th birthday. 4 years ago, they said she was a billionaire, but now they had to retract that because that was a lie. And I had to double check by Google her net worth. She's not that. She probably that now. She's probably reaching that now, but she was not that 4 years ago.
Well, no, I understand that. No, absolutely, and that's definitely a valid point. But my thing, it kind of gives me an idea where people are going. Like, Diddy's been close for a minute. Dre's been close for a minute, but definitely the Kardashians are upward trajectory. So nobody would debate that Kylie would have been that by the time she's like 26 or something. If everything stays true. Kim, I'm surprised Kim popped up. It's saying she's officially a billionaire, which means she's right there. If Forbes is saying that, then she's close enough to where, like, she's in that range. She's gonna get there. And that's great.
And think about it. They said she was supposed to divorce Kanye, so she's gonna
get
that even quicker.
The thing about it,
that's rumored. Conference are really going through that shit.
Honestly, I think they'll get divorced, but I don't think Kim is really gonna fleece him. Because why? Like, Kanye will get over it. They'll still deal with each other. They got kids together. Like, it's only their kids, and it ain't like Kim is not going. It's not like Kanye not go. I mean, Kim got Kanye. They invested in him, and I'm not saying that Kanye need that, but you remember Kanye was bitching about Zuckerberg giving him money and shit. So from that standpoint, they got access to his money, not like to the extent, but from a business standpoint, they got access to his money, and they got enough of their money to where it's not like they're leeching. And there's a lot of things that Kim can do that Kanye can't. There's a lot of people that will open doors for Kim that'll slam it in Kanye just because racism and a lot of other things.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I definitely.
And they complement each other from a business standpoint, especially with fashion and stuff, a lot. So it'd be no real point in boxing her out. And so it's no point in her trying to eject that money because, see, and that's one thing about, and I'm not saying Kim is just smart like that, because Kim screwed some people over, but never badly. It's about a relationship. And a lot of women, they take their shit and go home. I don't sweat Mackenzie Bezos for doing that because they just got so much money. Why not? But a lot of women do that, and then dudes resent that. And it's like, okay, once the party's over, bitch, I don't care if you homeless. It's over. And women don't understand that. Like, dudes, as if dudes just, you know the game. And they're smarter than that. And they put too much in Kanye to do some goofy shit like that anyway.
Yeah.
Kim wouldn't have got to $1 billion without Kanye, though. But at the same time, Kanye.
You think so? You
not
think she
her.
Can get that on her own?
Not as fast.
Okay.
Not as fast. But then again, you could make a case for the opposite as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sir Anthony, what I'll probably do is I'll probably drip feed some things where I'll leave it kind of like how Ramil does his vegan shit. To where if it's something that y'all are interested in, we definitely go. I've talked to Iori about some things, but
Iori, what's up, bro?
Yeah, so Cause I know obviously you all come over here with what I'm doing, so I take that stuff very seriously. So I'm definitely gonna be incentivized and telling y'all what y'all need to know to be successful. Cause I don't want nobody over here. Oh, hey man, I joined that shit. That shit's a scam. Blah blah blah. That's all I need to hear. And that's another thing. A lot of y'all that like Bitcoin and shit, the more money you have to invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the more so it's not about either or. Like, I hate how people have that mentality where it's like one thing has to fall for, so it's not how that works. And so it is what it is. But honestly, I do believe that if more black men got involved in affiliate marketing in this space, it would solve a lot of problems. It would
Okay.
solve a lot of problems. And here's the thing, it would create an economy. It wouldn't just create one or two people, it would create a network of people. And doing that will allow us to compartmentalize our money to do some really cool things online, as far as content, as far as people that we can track, people we can promote. you know um yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, man, and I don't want to throw out in big numbers, but like I said, 250, if you're doing consistent work selling a product that's a viable product, like the product that I'm talking about that's like $55 is a funnel builder. And that funnel builder is really $30. It's $23 for the affiliate fee. And people say, well, why would you sell a funnel builder when you use GetResponse funnel builder? Well, this funnel builder has a couple of other features that GetResponse doesn't have. It's easier to plug into, it's kind of look at it like an upgrade, and it actually complements GetResponse as well. But the point is, selling something for $55 and you get $20 out of it. Now, here's another thing too: you technically get all 30, but the $20 you get out of it, if the people that under you to sell it, like the people that's under the level, so let's say I brought you in and then you made like $500 a month, I would get 250 of that, because you be getting that $20 and I'd be getting that 10. So technically that's why the affiliate fee is like that high at like $24. And then if there's upsells, long story short, it's not just I got to get 250 people. Technically, that 10 is like a 0.5. So so if I help people get successful, if I help people get successful, I actually get kind of half of what you do in a way, because I get that $10 of that 20. So that's how that work. That's how that can work. And that's something that's very simple. And it's something that, like, it's literally like under $100, or I say if you're serious, like $160, which is like about $41 a week. You have 400 leads a month, or 100 leads a week. You go through those thoroughly, and those leads are like 3 to 10 days old at 25 cents a piece. And then I have ways of getting leads, dude. You have no idea what I have access to with called leads. So my point is, you put in that work with the calls, because nobody talks about calls. Calls is like direct dating. They always want to focus on the other shit, but this is the straight line. And if you can get to that point, you don't have to do that forever. You build up your money, do whatever you got to do with your own personal life, but you build up your money, and you get to the point where you can invest in advertising vis-a-vis whatever method, solo ads, whatever we just talked about. Now you want to get to the point. Imagine get to the point where you have $10,000 like as a pool of money. And then, okay, if I put like 2,000 in, I know I'm going to get like 4,000 out within the period of like 2 months or something, or like a month. You see what I'm saying? You can put money in, you'll get more money out. That's the situation you want to be in. And then it compounds itself as you get more and more leads, as you build a better relationship, as you start giving out, your story and your results, like results in how many leads I generate. Not even talk about the sales, but like saying how it's helped you, and you build on your successes. Because obviously, if I were to show y'all money I'm making, then a lot of people would shut the fuck up, and then they more like, oh, sign me up, because I see this, and they actually don't like us doing that no more, because they see that as like an income disclosure. If I tell you, ooh, this is how I make $20,000 a month, well, see, you're gonna assume you might be able to do that. And they don't want us doing it. So they don't even like people saying how much money they make like that anymore. So anyway, this has been a very fruitful conversation. I got the opportunity to kind of, give y'all a different side of me y'all don't see. And Yeah, I'll be putting some stuff. Yeah, I still got that classic black man. What's up, Kobe? And I'm going to pop that off sooner or later. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate it. And like I said, this gave me a good experiment to see, this is what, 3 o'clock in the morning, 39, talking business. So in the middle of the night. So this gives me a good idea of like what my numbers could be if I did start to talk about more of that stuff. Cause I know some of y'all get tired of me talking about bitches ain't shit. Part one, part two, part three, part four, part five. I was actually listening to Jessica X's shit. Um
Yeah, I was listening too. I was there listening
I
too.
mean that shit. I mean, I wanted the pop get on, but that like I get with look, she's a virgin. I get it, whoop de whoop. But the problem is people try to superimpose they shit, their philosophy on other people. It's like you're not an agnostic. You don't know about your own shit to talk about.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, they say we have to submit to each other. Okay, give me the verse that says that. I'm not saying you got to know, but you should know where it is because I've read a King James Bible. I've read it at least 3 times, and that doesn't say that. That's some
Ca-
like Christian feminism bullshit. They,
Well, Kevin Samuel said that there are Christian feminists, and a woman that's 21 years old. You don't know enough of my life, little bitch. You
well,
got a
I'm not.
long
I'm
way to
not.
go.
Well, I'm not even trying to be mean about that. But I'm not trying to call her a bitch or anything. But what I'm trying to say is, like, my thing is, okay, you're a virgin. That is great. And I would say, if no, I mean that. No, I mean that. Like the productive advice I would give her is this: think globally. And when I say globally, if you want to date black people, cool. Think globally as far as the diaspora. Obviously, you are a Catholic. Catholic is obviously Christian's a global religion, but the way
Hmm.
Catholicism operates is more global than what Protestants do. So you have a global system and school of thought through the Christian version, Catholicism, Christian version. So you have a lot of pool of men you can pull from. If we're gonna assume you're dating black men, UK, country, African, Caribbean, all of that, right? So that's going to expand your pool. And I'm not saying you got to travel. Look for that in the United States. That's going to create a big enough pool to look for the type of people you're looking for. So you have a healthy pool of people you want to look for that are Christian minded. Obviously, you have websites that are designed to network people like this. There's ways in the internet and stuff like that. So there's ways to do what she wants to do. But see, coming to like a platform like Jessica X, and then these dudes are hypocritical. Yes, some of these dudes are because they don't do a good job articulating what they want to do. I try to keep religion out of it because the biggest reason why women don't need to be fucking all the time like that is because women lose their ability to bond. As women get older and as women have more sex with different partners, it's more different partners than how much sex they have. They lose their ability to bond. They lose their ability to bond with each next dude, next dude, next dude, next dude. So I have a whole bunch of females now talk about niggas got to be superheroes. That's more of a reflection of their inability to bond with men. And so this is again why men like younger women, and this is why women always associate that with manipulation. Because they've developed this fear of bonding with a man and getting into their feminine position. This is why a lot of these chicks are getting masculine because they don't understand themselves. It's really sex education more than religion. So when she applies a lot of stuff, she's applying a lot of modern concepts to shit. And I can tell you, I know Catholics. Catholics are not on that equal shit. They're not, now obviously they have a modern context, but they're not on that equal shit. The nuns are the fucking nuns, and the nuns fucking work for the clergy, and the clergy are the hierarchy, the patriarchal hierarchy. I'm not saying the nuns are slaves. They have their own their place and they have their valued place as confidants and stuff like that. But but they're not running shit. And so if you're a Catholic, you know that and you grew up in if you went to Catholic school, you grew up in that as that example. You know that. Now, obviously, you have elder women that are nuns teaching the dudes, younger dudes that are students. I get that. But the reality is from how they work. So when she says that shit, a lot of these women, they get looped into feminism and then they intermix shit and they say, okay, I'm not a card carrying feminist bitch. That doesn't mean you're not influenced by it. So a lot of them dudes were not doing a really good job at really having a productive conversation, but still kind of dismantling what she was saying. A lot of them, it's like they don't know how to explain it. They're like, yeah, man, but dudes are just not going to do that. I understand that. What I would have said was, when, where do you see dudes being virgins and shit. Even in the Middle East, if you make money, you have access to women. You may
Yeah,
have to marry them, but you have access to more than one. So again,
exactly.
you're applying things. Yeah, you're applying things in a way that kind of benefits females, and women have to be careful of that because when y'all do that, then dudes are not going to invest in you. And another thing is, she talks all this bullshit. She's going to be a chick that's going to get married to a dude. She gets married to a dude that's a virgin and talk about, well, we were young and da 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 da, and I didn't know that a dude needs experience.
You
Women
know,
are
I
not
have one
attracted
question to ask you, Edward. Since she talked about that, it seemed to me this little young chippy has I'm watching Kevin Samuel stream. If you are a young black woman, which she is, and you're a virgin up to age 21, and I don't know if she's going to turn 22 this year or she just turned 21, regardless
that just
of it.
means she made it out of high
Well,
school and college. I mean, good
yeah,
job, but that ain't like
yeah,
she did some superhero shit. Go ahead.
yeah. One thing, why isn't your family, your parents, or you're not in a church to pair bond you to another virgin boy? Because there are some males out here, particularly black, possibly, well, not say possibly, there is now, that are virgins that probably didn't have sex up to age
Yeah,
25.
that
And
yeah,
I'm not saying it's a knock, but let's be honest, because the internet has been revealing a lot of things. There is a growing rise of some men have never gotten some. So
well,
the
there's a difference between dudes that have gotten some and dudes that can't. Those are two distinct things.
oh, okay, all right,
The
well, yeah,
people that she's looking for is dudes that have actually abstained. And so yeah, you would, and I said that before. You would need kind of a network of things. But see, a lot of that had to do with like Kevin Samuels with the backdrop of Kevin. See, the problem is women are trying to find ways to still get the shit they want to get, and they're trying to create this kind of code or formula that's gonna work with dudes being aware. That shit is not going to work because the
mm,
reality of the situation is, at the end of the day, you are getting more than what you're giving. Period. You're asking men to invest. That's another thing. Men have to invest a lot more and risk more in women. The only thing you're risking is time. Is time. That's it. The only thing you're risking is time. Men are risking a hell of a lot more usually than what women are risking. And the
especially in
problem
America,
and the
especially
problem
in
is
America.
men is and so what happens is, as men start to see the deal for what it is, it becomes a problematic for women because they don't know how, because they're so lazy with it, they don't even know how to present the deal. She has this thing by saying, well, I'm a virgin. Okay, that puts a leg up on the other females, which, by the way, women will be vaginal virgins but take it up the ass. Women will be doing
We ain't going to that.
women will fuck women and say I'm a virgin. I but it by so motherfuckers play games with that. But
Yeah.
another thing too is if you have a dude that's not sexually experienced, chances are that's not going to be the type of dude. This goes to what you were saying. It's not going to be the type of dude that what you're imagining. Like, you're not going to have this alpha nigga that he's just a Christian and he hasn't like and then and so this is what happens with women. This is how women get into what's called starter marriages. They have marriages when they were young, but then they divorce like 26, 27 without having a kid. And then, I'm not against that if the dude doesn't lose anything, but that's Black Ram did a video on that, starter marriages, and she seems like the type that would do some bullshit like that. But I was young, da, 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 da. And you have to know that going in. So she don't. These women will say a lot of bullshit and they'll believe it because they don't know. They don't know how their emotions are going to alter. But a lot of them, again, they're not versed in really knowing how to dismantle that stuff. So what happens is they start arguing with a female at her level, and then the women can instantly detect that, and they start feeling comfortable because they're like, okay, these Negroes don't know enough to completely dismantle my bullshit. This is why Kevin is able to quickly and effectively dismantle these chicks, because these chicks, a lot of these dudes can't do that, and those dudes aren't necessarily in the manosphere that was over there with Jessica. So, and then that's another thing too. When you got like one woman or two women, and then they're saying they're bullshit, and all these dudes are waiting to talk, it's better to have two women, two men, just as the host, and that way dudes can, if they're either gonna fail or they're gonna rise. But all these dudes trying to talk, and then it's two women, it makes it seem like they're running the shit. And even that situation, dudes need to stop dealing with that. I'd rather be one dude answering all they bullshit than be like 4 or 5 on a panel trying to answer 2 females because it looks too much like you're catering to them.
Yeah, I know
And
what you
then
mean.
you never really get to thoroughly dismantle what they're saying because you got to say it in a soundbite. So that serves as like a form of protection against really going at it. Like there's a reason a lot of these women don't really interact with dudes in general when it comes to a lot of their talking points, because they, whether it's in the mainstream media or on YouTube, because they know this shit doesn't hold up to scrutiny. They know it does. They know it
Hmm.
does. So and
Yeah.
Derek Jackson, this Clubhouse bullshit. He knows it doesn't hold up to scrutiny.
He got cussed out in Clubhouse. I've been hearing about that. I miss early
No, he
when
didn't get cussed out. What happened was is dudes were asking him some really poignant questions, and he wanted to act like he didn't remember he said it and all of that. And then women were trying to run interference for him, and I'm like, I mean, you know,
Wow. So what that tells you, Edward, when they tell us that this man is gonna be crushed and ruined, and the women are still defending, and they know the evidence is right there, and a lot of women are playing and revealing that this man is just like any other black man that cheat. It's telling. I mean, not,
well, a lot of this is
but
for a
yeah.
lot of the dudes that play games about what we know. Like they, a lot of people that want to say, "Oh, y'all are bullshit and y'all are this, y'all are that," so it serves to be evidence. But at the end of the day, people are going to do what the fuck they going to do. People saying, "Is it the end of Derek Jackson?" No, it's not.
No, it's not.
These women, that's not why these women are there. These women are not. They're there because Derek Jackson is living a Zayn Noble life, and so that's what it is. That's what it is. And I mean, it's not even nothing to hate on. It's what it is. And the point is your outcomes are your outcomes because of the summary of choices that you make. So when you sit here and you say it's everybody else's fault, but not your own, no, you are the summations of the choices that you make. And that's what it is. And if your life sucks, it's because you fucking suck. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, if you're in America and you made choices that pretty much maybe one choice that fucked you up for the rest of your life. Just like, Kendra G. Kendra G, look, man, she's in the track. I can see why I do want to fuck with her, but the reality is her future is going to Ghana or going to the Caribbean, getting stroked the fuck out. I mean, she don't got enough.
She has some mind doing that.
She don't. Yeah, she don't got enough money to really take care of a nigga. She ain't paid like that, so she's kind of in this real. Yeah. So again, the thing is with the younger generation, or you want to be these chicks, you gonna be these chicks, and these millennials don't give a fuck. Like ain't nobody playing with y'all no more. Black women thinking people playing with them. Ain't nobody playing with y'all no more. Y'all gonna be looking stupid, and y'all gonna be in the set because what's gonna happen is they not gonna leave the sexual market. It's gonna get to what they're gonna do. They're gonna go back and forth. They're gonna go on to the right where I want a man to marry me, and on the left I just want to live my best life on the Sex in the City lifestyle. And then there's gonna be dudes that's gonna service that. There's not gonna be dudes that's gonna be looking to commit to them, because any dude that can commit to you can get a younger bitch. There is no point. If Kendra G was, if anybody was gonna get Kendra G, it would be a dude that for some reason he just needs to be married. He needs to be married, and he already got kids that they're grown up. But then again, she gonna want a kid. Like,
ain't nobody want that. Ain't want no frozen eggs type of.
Yeah, ain't nobody playing. And then here's the thing: you're not gonna tell me shit. He gonna have to pay for that surrogate. You already know what that is. The surrogate that she talking about. She full of shit. She ain't got enough money to be doing that. She gonna try to front that on to him. Well, if you love me, bitch, please. You got you straight for the stroke, but that's it. And there's by the way, there's other. It ain't like you can, if you're at that level, you can find plenty of women like her, like basically milfs that just there to get fucked, like point blank. Period. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. And the thing about it is, I don't got to tell you that. Remember, nobody went out of their way to tell her this. She came to Kevin's show. Kevin gave the opinion. She didn't like it. That's really what it is. She felt some type of way. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, this is why Rebecca Lynn Pope stopped being a matchmaker, because women, they want what they want. Imagine if Rebecca Lynn Pope was trying to matchmake her.
Oh, bro, man, she will start pull the strings of her hair till she goes bald.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if we keeping it all the way 100, let's keep it real. Like if you look at her naked, okay, her body is okay, but the
Hmm.
reality is she got all these clothes, the weave, expensive weave, all that shit boosts her. If you look at what she used to look like, man, she just glammed up. That's all that is. When
It
you see
takes
what
a
she looks
six.
like on video, she's
Mhm.
not ugly, but she's not like oh my god, I'm going. She ain't no fucking Nicole Murphy.
Like I said, her best bet is to fuck a man that's 20 years older than her, a 6-year-old man
She's
that.
not doing that. She's not doing that. And the
Well,
dude, because the
she got,
dude,
you know what? You know what it is, and what happens to these women at 40 or 41-year-old women? They get their dog and die alone.
well, and the thing about it is, and here's the thing: we don't. Our goal is to not change their behavior. Our goal is to get dudes to start understanding what their options are. This is why
Mhm.
women try to shame dudes and they're not dating younger. Like Marcus Houston is 38, and then these women are mad because he's dating like a 21
Actually,
year
Mark
old.
Houston's about to be 40 this year.
Well, yeah,
Mark.
19 years old or 20, or she probably 21, 22 now, but he's a Jehovah's Witness and she's a Jehovah's Witness. So
Mhm.
obviously there's a certain construct. They want to shame him. They want to, that's called sexual politicking. If I do nothing else in this space, I want dudes to understand the Highlander method, the gynocracy, and the sexual politicking. You need to understand that most of the shit that black people talk about is bullshit. It's a smokescreen. What they're doing is they're sexually politicking. A lot of the 80 shit is sexually politicking. A lot of the pro black shit is sexual politicking. A lot of all these the colorism, featureism, all this other bullshit is sexual politicking. That's all it is. It's not serious. That's why nothing ever changes. And when you understand that, you understand a lot of people are not serious. They're not. They're just running their fucking mouth. And that's why when people wonder why don't nothing happen, why don't blah, 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 it's because they're sexual politicking.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. She do just got a body. And my point though is, yeah, that like this idea, these women really talk like they are. I don't. You don't even need to go overseas. These women really talk like they're the only women on this planet. Like Holly Berry is Holly Berry, and look who she ended up with, man. Dudes, their job is to convince you that you have no options. Fuck going overseas, even if you stay here, even if y'all got more intentional about looking for African or non-ADOS black women in the United States, their
Mhm.
job is to make you think you have no option, so you pick them. This is why they're going overseas getting stroked the fuck out, but they got dudes talking shit about you doing it.
Mhm.
Like it's all sexual politic, and that's the thing that frustrates me the most about about a lot of these guys talk about traveling is you all are participating in sexual politics on the female side for what? Well, you niggas just need to get in relationships, nigga. What? Like, oh well, you just need to just do it. I'm like, that's like me giving you some water and putting some gas in it and saying, okay, well, you thirsty, you just need to drink it.
Mhm.
Like for real, that is what they're trying to do. They are trying to politicize sexual access because that is the one thing they cannot control. Black women cannot control your choice. If you choose not to fuck with them, they cannot do anything. And see, the problem is the government is not going to help them do that because they're already trying to get you absorbed anyway, and they really don't give a fuck how now. It used to be they
Mhm.
just want to do it through black women. Now they don't care. So
Mhm.
so again, and I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, don't fuck with black women." I'm saying your greatest power is your power of choice, and if you fuck with black women, you let them know that that's a privilege that you are fucking with them.
Mhm.
That's the mentality I want you all to have. So,
Mhm.
and another thing, if you want to have a black kid with a black woman, you can fuck every woman under the rainbow before you get to the point where you want to have a kid. Having kids with women is not the same as sexual access. And if black women have convinced black men and who you fuck is representative. Oh, well, I love black women because I only fuck black women. Nigga, that don't mean shit. If I fuck 100 white bitches and then I have kid with a dark skinned black woman, the only things that counts is who the fuck I had a kid with.
Mhm. Mhm.
Holly Berry never did better than David Justice. And that was the first motherfucker she got with. And by the way, David Justice has been married for 2 years. Yeah, what's up, Ezreal? Like, I'm really about to change, pull this down, but yeah,
Hey, but one thing, it's funny. The issue with with the Paul Pierce and with the strippers, how I
well,
find it.
he's a dumb motherfucker. He was ready to quit. I don't even need to go into that. But
Yeah,
what you got to
I
say,
think yeah,
Ezreal?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, he's quitting. Yeah.
Yeah, he got money. Yeah, we're doing because Paul Pierce ain't the nigga to spend a lot of his money either. He don't strike me one of them niggas. Yeah. So anyway, Ezreal, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm doing the overnight shift, so but
Well,
it's
yeah.
good to
Well,
hear from
I'm
you.
literally this is like first start and last start because I'm literally about to So I've
Go
been
off.
doing this for about 2.5 hours, and
No,
yeah,
I was just gonna say with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce been in the league almost as long as I've been alive. He been in the league almost 2 decades, almost as
he
long as
didn't. Yeah,
Kobe.
he didn't do that job because he needed the money. He did that
Yeah,
job because he wanted something to do, and he wanted to kind of stay in the NBA orbit, kind of like Shaq. He got his own money. Paul Pierce ain't that. Paul Pierce has had a near death experience. Paul Pierce earlier
exactly.
in his career, he don't even look like a nigga that spent a lot of his money on that bullshit.
It's funny that he's but he that NBA pension probably as much as that ESPN job. If you're gonna be totally honest,
That's true.
after they hit after that 10 years, but he should be straight. I was gonna talk about discussing the sexual politics, man. I just to me, this is why people it feels like it's a little the cognitive dissonance because a lot of people are like, oh, why people hate dating coaches or why you hate games so much. It's not about hating games. It's like you're imposing your agenda onto people trying to stipulate a narrative that anybody that's going overseas is a pedophile. Or sorry, let me get your channel flag. Is the P word, and then it's like no, some people just want to exercise their options. I've said it on numerous streams. Like if I have a business and I'm corporate, and America keeps taxing the hell out of me, I'm gonna go to a place where I can get is more cost effective. That's all it is. It's people exercising their options. It's America. We are based off of free trade and free enterprise when it comes to our money and how we make a living. What's the difference between that and how we deal with women? I don't see. If you want men to stay, wouldn't the ideal thing would be to have a better product? If we're gonna be totally honest.
Well, yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, them niggas, a lot of them niggas, yeah, I mean, I could comment in it, but it gets to the point where honestly, the way you honestly, I know how to fucking railroad all the motherfuckers. I know how to steam. If I really wanted to steamroll every single last one of them motherfuckers, I know how to do it. All you got to do is cut the bullshit, put your money up. Cut the bullshit. Let's see what you cut. Because honestly, if you fucking take that goddamn curtain and you rip that shit down, you already look, man. I fuck with Donovan Sharp, but you already see how much exposure all of them they got, even on, and nobody's ain't even really going after them. If motherfuckers really wanted to go after that, another thing too is man, BGS is laced more game than a lot of them. This idea that people over here are not capable of really disseminating game over there is no. A lot but that's something they want to talk about. That's what they want to talk about. I hear some of the shit Kuda's saying, and I'm like, Kuda, stop.
they were
Like,
going in on Kuda, man.
I mean, Kuda, because it's like, dude, like, because you make a lot of assumptions about shit that you really don't know. And like I said, you pull all these curtains down, you just start saying, fuck it, I'm gonna rip everything down and we're gonna put all our cards on. And the way you do that is you do it first. Like I start showing my shit, showing what I do, how I get down. Even with the traveling shit, then it's gonna force people. You knock out every objection. This idea that only motherfuckers are doing sex tourism. You show where the hot spots are at for real, not the red light stuff and all of that. And you just overwhelm folks with photos, receipts, photos, videos, all of that. Like you'll start to push them back because then it'll be like, and the biggest thing with me is it's not about traveling. It's about what that does for you. It's about the journey to get to the money to do it. This comes back to what I'm passionate about, which is the affiliate stuff. What's up, David Bowman? So, because these niggas ain't talking to you about making money. They just say, oh, be on your purpose. They're not explaining what quality of life is. They're not doing that. They're being vague about it. And there's ways to to sister. And look, Donovan has great information. I'm not saying some of them don't have good information. Steffes Cole is great, but Steffes Cole don't be talking shit like that either. Donovan, for the most part, don't be talking shit like that either. You know, a lot of these people, and again, I'm not trying to do the beef shit. You don't do it doing that way. You just overwhelm them with receipts. You know,
what's
you
funny
overwhelm them with receipts, and that will shut a lot of that shit the fuck down. It really will. But it's not. I don't do shit enough to do that.
Now I was gonna say it's funny. I mess with Jap. You know, Jap is cool. A lot of people in this sector is cool. I'm just not big.
What that you say about Donovan Edwards?
But I was gonna say what.
Hold on. Wait. I said what I said. What? You can replay it.
Nah, what's up though, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to cancel this, so I mean, yeah. So Ezreal, get your thought in, and then this dude, and then that's
okay.
Gonna
Well,
be about it.
Last two things. I was gonna say it's funny with. As soon as Minister Jap put out that video, he was talking about how he was trying to get his passport at the post office or whatnot. So I didn't even really take that seriously. But one day I would hope that this is thing I need to send you. I'll probably send it to you through Instagram. This YouTube channel called Black and Married and Debt Free. They put up a post saying 56% of millennials. Because I'm on the younger end, you're on the older end of millennials. Because I'm a '90s baby, and then I know you're from the '80s. But they said 56% of millennials are unmarried or like not in a relationship, and then 72% of Black millennials are unmarried.
Yeah, that's what I said before. A lot of the numbers are predicated by the older generations.
Yeah, so I'm saying in the next 20 years, I wouldn't be surprised if that's like 90, close hitting off to 90%.
I don't think it'll get that high. Because there's certain class factors it'll take over, but we'll see. See. It's definitely something to look out. So yeah, Hand My Force, what's up?
Nah, yeah, bro. What you said, man, what you spoke, man, all the night, man, it was facts, though, bro. And that's what I've gotten, too, from them, man. All these cats that talk about building your purpose and shit. What you said was golden. That is basically vague as hell. And I'm like, damn, I'm looking for, like, blueprints, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, give me the steps, motherfucker. Like, what's up?
Yeah, and even if they sold you steps, I mean, I wouldn't be against that. But like, I would say this: Steffes Cole is like one of my favorites. Steffes Cole, he actually does give steps, and his YouTube videos is kind of like insight. And then if you go into some of his other stuff, like his ebooks and stuff, he actually does give steps. Glennon Cameron kind of dismantled his disruptive male stuff, but he gives you steps through his channels, but he's more focused on the finance piece now, the business piece now. But he is about men being men, and the business piece serves the ability for a man to be a man, and his stuff is geared towards men. He recently said that it's not geared towards women, but if women are there, they're welcome, but it's geared towards men. And obviously he's a Black man, he's been homeless, so he gets it. It's from a self-made dude. That is a self-made.
Yeah, those kind of motherfuckers I respect, though. I like that kind of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, but a lot of it is, the biggest thing about the dating shit is a lot of the beefing or a lot of this smoke screen shit is designed to take people off of asking the questions you would otherwise did you just asked. That's really what it's about. Because once you start buying people's shit and it don't do what you think it should do, or doesn't provide the value, then motherfuckers are gonna start being all kinds of frauds and shit. And a lot of them don't want to really, square with that. And I mentioned Donovan because Donovan's had a very interesting life. Donovan has experience and he can disseminate this information in a way. Steffes Cole has definitely shown that too. And I'm not.
I mean, because like Donovan, though, like a lot of the shit he said, though, man, was like pretty much facts, though, bro.
Like, that's why I said I like
how to conduct yourself with women and all that shit. You know what I mean?
I'm not the biggest fan of Donovan, but one video I think is like the best video I've ever watched from YouTube. One of the best.
I'm not a super fan, though. I disagree with a motherfucker, though. Real talk.
It's the video he said 40 reasons why your girl is gonna cheat on you. That's one of the best videos ever. But at the same time,
at the same time, but understand that a lot of this is content marketing. If you look at it from a marketing standpoint, you'd be surprised how much business is behind a lot of it. But if the information is valuable and it moves people forward, and some of the concepts are good too. But I think too much, it becomes just talking to be talking. And then what happens is, well, we need to spice it up. So we're going to talk about what these other niggas are doing and why they lame. And the problem with what the other niggas are doing is, and I tell this to the passport guys, is
niggas like Lucario.
Stuff has to be stepped up. Because there is a level that the passport bros can reach, and they already kind of getting there. Because it used to be some goofy stuff going on, like putting up Instagram photos, like Instagram thoughts, and then because they Dominican, putting that in there. I'm one of the main ones that railed against that and said this got to be authentic pictures only, or don't post it, because that's some goofy ass shit. And that was way before they got to it. But
I mean, like that shit, like didn't like. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that remind me, like the shit that Dennis Champierre do. Like, you know, his shit's, you know, authentic. His shit's legit, though. Yes. You know what I mean? He be doing this shit from the ground. You know what I mean?
And that shit should be supported because there's value. Because everybody's not going to travel, but they want to see what's really up. Like, what does it really look like? And then that way it can motivate them to do it. But
so I've been there, like, felt like I was there in a sense. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the idea. And that versus you doing some Instagram shit that people can like find on Instagram. No. And photos, videos if you can. And I mean, honestly, dudes will support with that. I ain't saying to put it under a Patreon gate. Do it like Dennis is doing it. Like what Dennis Sperling does too, where you see some of his stuff. So it's about giving dudes something to look at and something to reach for. That's the kind of the biggest thing why I like it. Because when
he put in there when I'm putting there in the chat too a little bit ago. About the affiliate marketing piece that he did. He did a video of that. I thought that was cool.
We gotta get better about that as far as putting together like a simple but consistent like way of people can doing stuff, because people will talk about Bitcoin. Look, man, Bitcoin is great, Forex is great, that stuff is great, but that is not something you wanna. That's something that you do on top of what you're already
I hear
doing.
that shit a lot though, man.
Exactly.
I hate that. People say, well, man, you invest in Bitcoin, you can travel overseas. Well, you can't access your Bitcoin like that until you cash it the fuck out. So it's like, come on, man. It's not saying either or. It's like, okay, it's like when you invest, like, here's the thing. Most people don't speculate in stocks. Most people have a business or they have a job and they invest in stocks. And then over time, it builds up and builds wealth. But they don't speculate. And then I'm not going to tell no Negro to go overseas because you speculate in trading. Because that's going to be a recipe to get fucked. Versus if you have a business model that travels with you.
Don't forget about, don't forget about, bro, about Solo when he did his video. I didn't finish it yet, but I'm gonna go back and look at it, about when he was talking about 5 scams with crypto.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
With Bitcoin.
Well, kudos with Solo. Yeah. And I mean, kudos for him doing that, because people need to know all the information. Like like people tend to want to say just the good shit in order to like protect something. I'm like, no, because people gonna know you're hiding something, and it's better to say all of it. Like it's better to say the good, the bad, the ugly. Like, and acknowledge certain things, because everything has it.
I just want to say this for anybody that's interested in the crypto. I would say, just do your research. You can take what everybody says here. You can take what one person might say here, one person might say there. It's gonna, at the end of the day, investment is about investing in yourself. And so that means not taking any shortcuts. For example, for me, I have people that have been begging me. Because I have my own business, so people have been begging me to, like, man, some people I do business with, you should buy some Dogecoin. And I'm like, yes, but what I'm focusing on right now is mutual funds. So I'm focusing on mutual fund, index funds, and ETFs. The mutual funds and the index funds will make sense because let's say you're in your 20s.
Yeah, Master Teacher One, that's what he's all about. Even though he does invest in Bitcoin, that's the main thing he talks about. Exactly. He's got a travel channel and he's on the ground. And he's living in London.
He was the one that actually made me go and get mutual funds with the Vanguard, with the E
See,
Trade,
I didn't know that.
and the
See,
T Row. He has the funny. I'm saying it's a beautiful thing.
I
Like
wonder how much. I'm sorry, but I wonder how much that costs though in London, though, man. Like to live, like versus like Colombia and all them other places. Like, is it
what
equal
London?
to? Yeah, is it equal to
Well,
the
you gotta.
states?
No, it's more. London's more expensive.
yeah, definitely more
London's like
expensive.
London. London is like top 5 most expensive cities on the planet. Like
True.
you got like say
They have the
Zurich is more expensive, and it's like another city, and then it's like London, and usually London's consistent. So London's expensive. I will
yeah.
say that you got to understand, master teacher's in the Air Force. He's got a fight. He just got his like master's in finance. He's like, so he's got like levels of shit. Clearly he comes from a family that's you know, they know some shit. So as far as money, so and you can tell by some of the people he hang with. So he's got levels of shit. So he's good and he knows what the fuck he's talking about. So he chooses to do that. As far as Colombia, but this is the thing, man. When people keep talking about living, and again, this is the last shit I'm gonna say. But when it comes, I'm not like the biggest fan of expatriating. I'm the type of person that I like to be networked with people that expatriated. So when I go somewhere, I know people on the ground. But that's not necessary for me. Like the job that I do, literally the job that I do that I'm trying to get away from. If I would have moved to like South Carolina, I could still do my job. Like I can still, like I'm talking about my 9 to 5 because I actually do work from home. On top of the other stuff that I do, the thing is, you don't have to necessarily leave the country. There's other places that have good cost of living, internet, all the stuff you need is even within the United States. I'm not trying to convince you to stay here. What I'm saying is, and that website nomadslist.com will give you a great insight into cities like Colombia, London, and the differences, internet, cost of living, different stuff as far as specifics like cost of internet, water, all that. Great website, nomadslist.com. But to me, like if you go to Colombia, anybody going to Colombia and you don't know no Spanish, you know, like if you somebody serious telling me I'm serious about like looking at having options, okay, if
Yeah,
South America,
Dennis Sean Pierre kind of talked about that. You better know some damn Spanish though.
yeah, because
Yeah.
when you're in somebody else's country, now Colombia is great because Colombia actually has a lot of trade deals with the United States. It has the most outside of Mexico, which is the NAFTA. So Colombia, because when you go overseas, like in South Carolina, I mean not South Carolina, South America, what they don't tell you is technology costs a hell of a lot because technology is tariffed so badly. So what happens is a lot of reason them Latins don't have the technology because the shit is much more expensive than what you get. Like a TV here is X amount of cost. That shit is like 4 or 5 times the cost. I'm talking about in American dollars. And that's one thing people don't. The same thing. Philippines Asia's not that bad. Because they have kind of their own shit that's like local. But these are things that people consider. And these are the conversations I want to hear people have so people can kind of be thinking about that.
But the first country I want to go visit though is Japan though, boy.
Me too, man. I've been saying that. I want to go to Osaka,
like for a whole good
Tokyo.
month. I just want to know how much the cost is for a whole good month. Not at a top end hotel, none of that shit. But damn it, but
somebody that's been I've been in the Philippines for 7 months and I traveled all those places. The thing that's gonna get you the most is the ticket. The ticket is like $2,000. Now obviously that's pre-COVID. Yep. So that's the thing about Asia. Asia is that fucking ticket getting over there, getting that round trip. That once you get there, now if you're going to Japan, if you talk about Tokyo, then yeah, Tokyo is not cheap compared to everywhere else. In fact, what I would tell you is you do better going to like Manila.
Osaka.
You do better going to Manila, Thailand, or something like that. If you got to go to
Tokyo is damn near equivalent to like New York prices.
It is, but if you go to other places like Osaka, they got Kanto, they got I think Nobu. That's like the country area.
I can't. Yeah, because I can't speak for Japan. So what he's saying is probably much better than what I'm saying. But what I'm talking about, as far as not in Japan, you do better going to Manila and then fly into these various places because the flights. You would think it's expensive because it's island to island, but it's actually not. So you can actually get cheaper tickets. So if you want to do something a month, you anchor yourself in Manila, and then you got Singapore, you got Japan. Like Japan was like 4 hours, like 5 hours. to get to Tokyo. So you got that stuff if you were going to do there for like a month or 90 days. That's why a lot of people like to do Singapore and anchor it there when they're digital ad agency guys. Now, if you really want to do Japan, because I get it, you want to be on an experience, I mean, you could do that. But Japan is kind of like, that's not going to be the first place I tell people to go first. If you work for a corporation or something where you're there, that's why I was in the Philippines. Okay, great. But if you going somewhere first, I would say you do better going to Latin America because it's going to be less expensive, and then it's going to kind of get your cherry
Well,
broken.
ain't the technology there in Japan more advanced than anywhere else?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not.
He's
It's
talking
not.
about the distance and the logistics. That's what Edward is getting.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I see what you're saying, though.
yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm saying first, I mean, honestly, you know, this like when niggas talk about I'm on child support, so I can't leave. You know, you can't do cruises no more. No, for real, you can't do cruises no more right now because of COVID. But
Yeah.
you can still go to Puerto Rico. You can. The cruises was a way to get to the islands, and then that was a way with not having to have a passport. So there's things for everybody's situation. People tend to think we just trying to make fun of people and shit. No, there's things for
I want to
everybody.
check out London too, though.
FYI to anybody in the chat, you don't need a passport to go to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. And then you got shout out to you know, Passport Heavy who just
I
did
didn't know that though.
Yeah,
a lot of dudes don't know that. So when dudes are cussing us out,
I mean, you wouldn't know that because
niggas,
you think
you ain't
about it.
doing nothing for the niggas just
Because-
caught up, man. I'm like,
Because
man,
if you ain't for
I
the
would say
DACA, you
this.
ain't for nothing.
Does anybody know the currency of Puerto Rico?
they use American money.
Yeah.
That's why there's no passport, because Puerto Rico is supposed to be the 51 country. I
But
mean,
also
state,
they're
but they're not going to do it yet. But
their
they're eventually going
territory.
to.
Their territory. And
They're territory, but they're eventually going to make it a 51.
well, they
state.
always 50-50 on that shit. We'll see. But because the reason why they don't do it is because they don't got to pay taxes in the same way. That's why they don't. They really don't be doing that. That's why a lot of them don't want to do that. And a lot of corporations that are in Puerto Rico, low key, don't want them to do that either because that gives them access. It's a lot of different reasons. But yeah, you got Mexico. Shout out to Passport Heavy who just he just launched his Mexico City video, which I need to check out. Yeah, man.
What's his name? Passport Heavy?
Yeah, Jabril runs that. Passport Heavy on YouTube. Everybody should be subscribed to that because that's a brother. Number one, that brother's from Chicago too, by the way. But that's the definition of like black excellence right there. Him doing that, and that's just on TV on some channels too now.
I was gonna say it kills me. Like, I don't know. I can tell you like so many from my exes to girls I hang out with, they all travel. Like, especially if they're like nurses or they do something like in that respect, they have so much time off. I know a girl, one of my exes, she travels like every other month. I kid you not. We're not talking about like 1 or 2 days. We're talking about like 4 or 5 days. They travel. No one says anything. Everybody just hypes them up on Instagram. Now you go, and this is the crazy thing about it too. I wanted to go with one of my friends. I was going to pay him. I was going to pay for his trip to go to Malibu, and he didn't want to. Why? Oh, my baby mother's going to be mad. I'm like, why is she going to be mad? She's like, oh, because she's going to be by herself, and she don't like to go out. Y'all have to understand.
Yeah, I mean, well,
this is by design for a lot of black men to.
Well, this is the type of thing. This is the type of thing where you got to get dudes that match. You know, O'Shea talked about this. Like, you got to get dudes that match your current situation, and it's not about dropping dudes. You just got to sometimes allowing people to get to where they need to get to at their own pace, and it's not about and that's all it is.
Fuck that, leave her ass some money and dip.
That's the thing. He's not with her anymore, so it's like, what was the point?
Oh, well, that's extra.
Oh, hell no.
No, like they broke up like 6 months later. But my thing is like, I'm going to Miami. I want to go to Barcelona at the end of the year. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to either Barcelona or Cuba or Brazil for New Year's because I went to Miami for New Year's. I'm gonna be traveling, and I'm still in school, what have you. But it's like,
and even traveling in the United States, man, people act like they can't do that. Canada got us locked up, but there's like Vancouver, Canada. You got Montreal, you got Quebec City, Toronto.
Mexico.
Huh?
You got Mexico too. Mexico.
Yeah, like I said, check out that pack because he just launched a new pack. Like those Passport Heavy videos cost him $30,000, and he don't be making money off those yet. He got like a TV deal on one of them, but he's got like 40 of them. That's how much money that dude got that he can do a passion project with them videos cost like $30,000 a pop. He's got one for like Lego, some of them even for the United States.
You wanna know what's really out there in the world, and I want every black man at the sound of my voice. Download Airbnb and you're gonna see what you're missing out on. There are some places you'd be shocked. You'd be like, wow, I didn't know this existed.
3 places. Go on Twitter and type in interior porn. So it's a page. Like actually 4 things I would tell you. Go to Instagram 1 mile at a time. On Instagram page, Twitter interior porn, passport heavy, nomads list, and then Airbnb. That 5 shit. Yeah, what's up, fantastic? Yeah, man, I keep saying I'm gonna end it, but we're about to hit 3 hours. I'm about to end it. That 5 shit will hook you up, and I know Fantastic is in the military, so I know he didn't see some shit. And so again, but again, you know, it's a lot of it. I mean, shit, motherfuckers just need to travel more in the fucking United States. You know, East Coast, like, get out of your region. Everybody act like the United States is a small country. Like, go to fucking Seattle. Go to fucking, like, just see some different shit, because different shit do shit different. But anyway, everybody's getting their last points, and then I'm hanging it up. So we're gonna start with Chaos.
Well, one thing I want to entwine about traveling and how black women are traveling more than men. You gotta understand, most of the women are paying for dicks to get fucked overseas. So when black men does it, is a problem. And I say, man, I gotta stop listening to what women expect, what they want to control, because they're not controlling enough right now, especially in America.
The thing
that their focus is to try to get slim, shut the fuck up, and respect the authority of the black man. Anything less than that, I don't want to hear shit. But my last thing is this.
Here.
This is a very firm stream, a very informative stream. I want people to take notes, go back to it, and hopefully if they need some extra money or residual income, this is probably another revenue or avenue they should start look into. So that's the last thing I'll say. Thank you.
All right, what's up? I'll
go ahead. I'm not going to cut it short. So I had cut in and out of the stream. I'm going to definitely look up the information that you were talking about.
Hey, I'm out, Edward. Thanks, bro, for having me on.
All right, absolutely.
I was going to say just a couple of things. Just make sure you live your life at least one time out of your life. Try to start a business. And my biggest regret is because I'm in my mid-20s now, but if you can, just travel somewhere once a year. It doesn't hurt, you know? And, just do that. Just be on your purpose. Being on your purpose is doing the best, being the best that you can be while still being happy about it. And, it's just finding yourself. That takes a lifetime. But thank you, Ed, for having me on. I'm going to check out the stream again and, enjoy your day, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of it was me just running my mouth, just showing you, some of my passions when it comes to my other stuff. Yeah, we'll see if I start to do more of that. It actually, this is a good number. It stayed at 39 to 48. I mean, we're literally in the middle of the fucking night. So that's actually a really, really good number. A lot of people be expecting to have 200, 300 fucking views, talk about business and talk about shit. I'm like, no, shit's not entertainment. The nigga shit is always going to be king. Appreciate that. The nigga shit is always so. But what people don't think about is if you have people that are like, if you have like even 15 or 20 or 25 people that's sitting there listening to you talk business, that means they're usually interested and usually buying some shit if you make the right offer. Versus, and even with entertainment, obviously that has money value in the volume when you look at, people super chatting, but people don't think about that. So when a lot of people get mad and talk about people are not interested in business, well, it depends on if you speak into what they're speaking on. So there's always context. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, this has been a great stream. I always say I'm gonna be on here for a second and shit turning 3 hours. That's my fault. But don't ever say that I'm one of these niggas. And I have no problem with people doing this, by the way. But I'm not one of these people that's like, if you don't super chat me, fuck you. I'm hanging it up. I do it irregardless. So I appreciate y'all super chats. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic. He just passed 4,000. Make sure you subscribe to him. Keep that momentum going. He puts some good shows for you. I'm sure the bigger his channel get, the more them bitches actually talk to him so he can give him that work. And yeah, hopefully him and Ramil do some more streams as well. And with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.